We are here at the incredible German Grand Prix in Hockenheim. Of course, this track has been on the calendar for well, it's been on the calendar for ages, hasn't it? Really, well, on and off. Anyway, of course, it's been unfortunately in recent years it's been sharing the German Grand Prix honours with the Nürburgring before that dropped off the calendar in 2013. And Hockenheim is the sole remaining German Grand Prix, or it was, but it's been dropped off the calendar now, hasn't it? So, which is a big shame, I think. It's absolutely fantastic race, wasn't it? Just a couple of weeks ago in actual Formula, we'll cover that in just a few moments. So we got 17 turns around this very short circuit. It is at 2.8 miles long. And a lap record held by Kimi Räikkönen way back in 2004, back in his McLaren years, at 1:13.780. I'm thinking it's just a second. Our lap record around here last year was qualifying time last year was a 1:10.596 by NWB, an incredible lap in qualifying. And of course, the fastest lap was set by Silent Shifter, making his debut last year, wasn't it? Of a 1:13.953. So I'm wondering if we're going to get any close to that to those times here tonight. That's going to be a question, isn't it, amongst itself? Just quickly going through the drivers and the constructors standings. To be honest, after Silverstone, really not a lot changed in the top five, did it? As all top four contenders had issues in Silverstone, didn't he? Emerson, his first DNF in his ALR career, but he is still 11 points in front of Knowlesy, who didn't turn up last week. I don't know where he was, so I think he was out gallivanting somewhere, but he's 11 points behind at the moment. Then we've got Farf, who was the former leader, who's 14 points behind, and Granty retired late on in the British Grand Prix from 4th, I think, so 16 points back. So Dan Murphy is 5th, and he scored, and he's now 42 points behind. Jonathan Cox has moved up to six now on 60 points. We've also got Silent Shift, and of course who's on 57 points, along with Nigel as well. They're both 55 points behind. Wishbone not here tonight, unfortunately, because I think he's been I think he had a night on the Oda Guinness last night, didn't he? So he is on 69 points, but he's not here today. And Mr. Elite is 10th at the moment, showing very good consistency as well. In the constructor standings, we have Toro Rosso, who's now 18 points in front of Renault, who is second. Renault have had a great second since Granty and Wishbone have really propelled Renault up the order, and they Haas is third, Red Bull fourth, and then so it's all very to play for, isn't it? At the top, but then we've had some we got a lot of rain on the a lot of rain there. That is awful. I think Nigel in the comments just said it was going to be raining. We'll just finish off the constructors, then we'll go into the weather. Ferrari have jumped up quite a bit, 95 points, 93 points for Alfa Romeo, Racing Point 92. That is an incredibly close, isn't it? In the battle on the constructors, 87 points for McLaren, a good race last time from Racing Point. From McLaren. Then we've got Mercedes and Williams are 9th and 10th, and this is absolutely appalling weather so far. Let's just take quick the comments out. Laggy Racer just said hi there. Quali ban for Laggy Racer, unfortunately, so he's been a naughty boy, so he'll be sat in the garage then. We've also got a couple of other qualifying bans as well. Nigel just said rain tonight. Well, he's absolutely right, isn't he? The ALR champion, he is absolutely spot on, and it's not just a bit of rain, it's a lot of rain as well. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? I'm really looking forward to this now. I don't think any of the drivers are, but I'm selfish and I love a bit of rain, especially watching these drivers go out in the wet. It's going to be interesting stuff indeed. Granty has just said hello, and Jonathan Cox, good evening Sean, good luck to all the drivers. He's not feeling well tonight, but he's going to give it his best shot. Jonathan struggling at the moment I think by Sam's finger, unfortunately, so hopefully he gets better soon, but he's here tonight in the Racing Point and he's going to give it his all. Nigel just said yes. Laggy Racer he don't have to qualify in the rain, so he's happy as well then. So yeah, that's absolutely you can see, look, that is not just a bit of rain, that's a lot of rain. Of course, we had rain in the race, didn't we, in the 2019 German Grand Prix, so all sorts going on. Gruner just asked what the lotto numbers. Nigel was spot on with the rain, wasn't it? We're just on board Renzo, who makes his return after a 2-race absence, I think. So Renzo is back in the Racing Point now. And of course, I think unfortunately he has missed the last couple of races, hasn't he? But he is back in there now. Of course, he hasn't. Oh, and he's in the gravel. He's in the gravel at the moment at Renzo, so he's just trying to get back out now. That's absolutely difficult conditions out there, to say the least, isn't it? I did have a list of qualifying bans, because I think we've got quite a few qualifying bans out there at the moment. Fisher is another one, I think, and he's out. And I'm sure that there is a third one. I think it was the second Mercedes of Sam also getting a qualifying ban as well. So both Mercedes are going to be at the back of the field. Then so this is going to be interesting then, isn't it? So as we come through then to start a lap, look at that. That is appalling conditions here in Germany tonight. Really is. This is going to be very, very difficult for the drivers. Let's go on board with Renzo. Look at that, already a bit of oversteer then on the exit of turn one. This is so the question is, has anyone checked what the weather forecast is for the race? Because remember, you can't. It's in part firm conditions, which means that you cannot adjust your setup. So you can't really have wet car setup on in qualifying, and then if it's completely dry in the race, and you're gonna be absolutely nowhere. So really, you can't. So you don't really want to. To be honest, I think the points do get won in the race, not qualifying. Obviously, qualifying does make it easier, doesn't it, when you qualify at the field? But this is whoa, and this is absolutely appalling conditions then. And we've got Nathan Hughes, the Emerson fan club representing, and hopefully Emerson will go a bit further into them. Silverstone, of course, that was Emerson's first DNF of his ALR career. Remember, he's still in the championship by 11 points. It's a very slim margin now, isn't it? This championship has really started to heat up, hasn't it? It's a shame it hasn't heated up out in Germany at the moment. And of course, Gunnar has just confirmed it is a dry race, so these guys are going to have to qualify on a dry setup. This is going to be very, very intense indeed. Renzo and the Irishman then just coming through the Sachs curve now, accelerating the way. Then of course that's where Vettel infamously went off back in 2011, which basically kind of curtailed his championship, didn't it, really? Renzo then coming through the final couple of corners, turn 16 and 17, and that was a swimming pool, wasn't it? It was a nice ring, wasn't it, in the actual race there earlier on this. I think it was a couple of races ago now. Renzo's done a 27.4 at the moment, and this is going to be very interesting indeed, isn't it? Who's going to have the better wet conditions? Well, Silent Shift, of course, as he said, he's holding the lap record around here, isn't he? Because he got a 1:13.9 in the Germany race last year, didn't he? Cracking fast up there from Silent Shift, and making his debut as well, didn't he? Of course, made his debut back here, so he wasn't feeling too confident around this circuit earlier on. Jonathan Cox has gone second at the moment, but Exile has gone faster still, and he's done a 25.7. There's an Alfa Romeo in the background there. I think that's Grillsy, of course, standing in for Mr. Elite, who's not here today. So Grillsy making a return then, of course, a very experienced driver in ALR. He's had 11 races, hasn't he, in his ALR career, so he has been ever present, hasn't he, Grillsy? So it's good stuff to see. Granty out on track at the moment, of course, made his debut back in Australia earlier this year, and got Nigel out on track at the moment as he's just letting through the Toro Rosso at the moment. It's great to have all your company along here tonight. Absolutely fantastic stuff here on a Sunday evening, and to be honest, I think you guys are going to be enjoying the action. I don't think the drivers will be enjoying this too much at the moment. Just watching Grant, who is fourth in the championship at the moment, it was a very, very. He could have really dented the lead of Emerson's championship lead in Silverstone, but it didn't go his way at all, did it? A very frustrating race for Granty in Silverstone, but of course this championship is far from over, isn't it? Really is. We've got a yellow flag in two. I think Gunnar there just struggling there to get on the power there. Silent Shifting's going around again then, so of course with wet qualifying it's slightly different to normal quali, isn't it? Because as Granty goes fast, as he's a 10th second in front of Exile at the moment, who is second. And wet qualifying is slightly different tactics, isn't it, to dry qualifying, because you're just going to you're probably going to fill up the tanks and just keep going round and round. Got the two Alfa Romeos then, so here comes Grillsy then coming across the line, and what's he doing then? Is I haven't put the tire detail up. No, I haven't. He's gone fifth faster than just in front of Dan Murphy, who is down to 6. Of course, he's fifth in the championship. Dan Murphy is at the moment in the Ferrari. And we've got great numbers here again tonight. Of course, 19 drivers, fantastic stuff. Emerson is coming across the line now, and here's the championship leader. What does he do? He goes fast as he's 2 seconds in front of Grant in the moment. Wet or dry, this man is immaculate, isn't he? With his driving, superlative. Absolutely he is. And Nigel's on a lap at the moment, and Gunnar's done a 27.5 at the moment. Murphy is now going to second end, so this is where the confidence now starts to build. The question is it going to be raining all through qualifying, or is this going to get dry? Look at Nigel. Look at the amount out of opposite lock he had on there out of the hairpin. This is going fairly. Look at that rain. That is appalling conditions out there at the moment. This is if this is real qualifying session, one thing, red flag it, because this is absolutely appalling. There's a lot of standing water out there at the moment, and we've got a yellow flag because I think it's one of the Toro Rossos just went off in front of us at the moment. So we are aiming to lose. The usual qualifying rules here. It doesn't matter about the weather. It's the usual qualifying rules. We are aiming to lose 4 cars. 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. We're expecting to lose. Unfortunately, we've got qualifying bans for Laggy and the 2 Mercedes, Fisher and Sam. Big congratulations, by the way, to Fisher, who is now a full-time ALR driver and the Mercedes. So congratulations to him. He's earned it. He's done a great job. Also, congratulations for Stringy as well, who is also a full-time driver in the McLaren team. Unfortunately, we have Dave McVicious, who's a very experienced ALR driver. Dave is, of course, one of the original drivers as well. He's got at the moment he's had to step away from racing at the moment. As Nigel there getting very leery as well. But hopefully Nigel will. Hopefully Dave will be back very soon. Indeed, of course. Same with Bowden. Of course, Bowden has been put down for reserves at the moment because he's also got other commitments as well. Crazy Hitman. And at the moment, he's had a bit of a difficult return, hasn't he, to ALR this season? He's really struggled to get the car in the right place. He's had some issues on setup, hasn't he? And hopefully he's been able to resolve that now. We'll find out, because that's 9th at the moment for Crazy Hitman at the moment in the Red Bull. So he's 9th at the moment. Good stuff. Farf is out of the pit lane. That's his teammate. Stringy on an out lap at the moment. Also on an out lap is Dan Luton as well. He's a fantastic win in Silverstone. It was absolutely amazing. Now he's joined the Renault team. So he's in the Renault, of course. So unfortunately, Wishbone is not here. Is not going to be driving tonight, which is a big shame there for Wishbone. But so it was a shame, really. Got a yellow flag free. Now we're just watching Stringy then, of course, the new 4-time McLaren driver. He's coming across the line there. Very wide there, Stringy is, and he's accelerating away down. That's a Renault in the background. Who is that? I think that was Granty there, going very leery out of the final turn 17 there. So this is getting very tasty indeed, isn't it? As on board String, and he's gone very deep into turn 2 there. Look at the brake disc glowing. That's how darkly you can see the brake disc absolutely glowing bright orange here. And of course, we've got some more yellow flags at the moment. So we are, because we've lost 3 drivers already, we're just aiming to lose 1 more driver then. Who is that foreign driver going to be? No one really wants to be the other driver to be knocked out of Q1, do they? This is really spiced things up, hasn't it? Hit this wet qualifying session. Of course, we were talking about qualifying last season. We was in the 1-minute 10s. I doubt we're going to get to that tonight, because of course, remember, it's all about track evolution and things like that. Murphy has now really started to put his toe down, hasn't he? He's done a 24.6 at the moment. Yellow flagging too. Look at that rain. That is absolutely appalling conditions out there. Really, oh dear. I think you might. Some of these drivers might have the same issue that I've had. I've had a bit of man flu over the past week and a bit. So I'm wondering if these guys are going to have the same after this. That's why I'm in the lovely warm Gloucestershire. Stringing in, coming through the Sykes corner. Then you can see not taking too much there, because that's a very pleasurable corner if you get it right. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And now they're stringing in, coming into the final couple of corners now. Then all going very wide there. Of course, we've seen a amount of drivers that went into off there in the actual F1 race. Was incredible. So Stringy then comes across the line, and he goes 12 fast at the moment for Stringy. I think he would probably like to go again. We've got a yellow flag out there as well. Dan Luton is out there. Fire shot is just coming out of the pits now. Farf at the moment, and yellow flag in coming up into the final section now. Farf accelerating away. That's a racing point. That's Renzo who's off the grass. He's on the grass there out of the Sykes curve there. I wonder if we put on too much power there. Here comes Farf, the former championship leader earlier on the season. We had a great start to the season. 2 wins out of 2 in Australia and Bahrain. It's been difficult since for Farf, but he comes across the line. Can he get back onto it? He's good start there from Farf. Murphy has done a 24.6 there all the time, so I'm a bit beyond on the time there, because he's done that quite a while ago, didn't he? But he's run out of fuel there, and he's in a very perilous position now. Knowlesy is just about to finish this lap, and what is he going to do then? Here is Knowlesy then. He's a second in the championship at the moment. His consistency has been absolutely phenomenal, hasn't it? Now he's coming across the line now. Where can Knowlesy throw this on the grid? He goes 7-8 fast at the moment, just behind Down Grant. He's very close in the midfield there, isn't it, for these guys so far? And this has been an absolutely and Luton only goes at 15 fast. Remember, the Silverstone winner in the McLaren. He's done a really good job, hasn't he? Luton in his unfortunately his first race did it in a DNF, but his second race was absolutely phenomenal. He really bossed that field, didn't he? At the moment, then in the drop zone we have have Fisher, Sam, both just qualifying bands, and we have also got and Stringy goes up into 12th position now, 8 tenths per second. He's improved there. Good stuff from Stringy. Grillsy is also run out of fuel as well. Is he going to be able to get something back to the pits? That is very slow Alfa Romeo. Look at that rain. That rain is appalling stuff. And you can see that sometimes when you're stuck behind the spray, it does look a lot worse than what it is. Granty is second off, so he's going for another run now. Jonathan Cox is out there at the moment. He's also at 10th per second off as well. What a Farf is 2 tenths per second up. He's coming across the line now. No DRS at the moment because of these conditions, and he has improved. He's still in the 25s. No one's gone to the 24s yet. Murphy is looking the class of the field at the moment in the Ferrari course. And of course, at the moment, I don't think Murphy's got a win to his name yet, has he? But remember, he has got 2 pole positions, hasn't he? Yes, he has got 2 pole positions this year, so he is definitely a very quick qualifier, isn't he? Farf is going quicker again, isn't he? Look at that. That's a proper rain, isn't it? That's proper wet rain. And now he's coming down to the hairpin now, and so you can see he's also and he's decided to back off there. Fire shot then is on the lap at the moment as well. We've got 5.5 minutes to go. That's and Alfa Romeo's Grills is still coming back to the pits then. So look, fire shot getting well there. Of course, this man who won in France, didn't he? Is now driving the Haas course. Also, fire shot. Congratulations to him to be a full-time driver as well in the Haas. So and Haas has got a very strong lineup. And that's Stringy. Oh my gosh, Stringy is pointing the wrong way, and he is trying to get himself. That is a very and he's got a 5-place grid penalty. That is a shame for fire shot, for collision with fire shot there. I'm not really sure how fair that was. A fire shot. Oh, now that's a Renault behind him as well. For Stringy there having a couple of issues, hasn't he? He's come across the line and going again. Who was that? And I think it was Granty. Granty and Stringy have come together as Granty damages car at all. Gunnar is in the drop zone. Oh, and Stringy's lost it again. Stringy's having some awful issues at the moment in that McLaren, isn't he? Of course, so he's lost both end plates there. And he's only 5 tenths of a second away from his teammate Gunnar. He's got 4 minutes to get back around. This is quite a short lap around here, isn't it? So he's got just about enough time to get back in and get back out, but he needs to start motoring, doesn't he? Ren's on the lap at the moment. Gunnar's gone very wide there, and I think that's his lap. Going to have to abandon his lap and go again, then, isn't he? So then, as you can see, coming into the first sector, Renzo was quicker, wasn't he? He's down in 15th position. Renzo is on board with the Irishman now. Then as he accelerates out of the hairpin, so Farshot is done a lap and he's happy with that. So he is now he is through. So the guys in the drop zone are probably a bit concerned with their positions. I think it'll be Stringy, Renzo, and Gunnar. They're all fighting away. Crazy Hitman is 3 tenths. He's in the 26s. So anyone in the 26s. Well, I think Crazy Hitman might keep a wary eye at the moment. Grillsy is he is about a second and a quarter in front of in the front of the drop zone, but track evolution is going to be very, very steep, isn't it, in the final stage of this qualifying session? And Renzo wrestling the car there, trying to keep it in the straight direction there. Nigel's gone up into second. Great driving from the Alfa Romeo driver. Of course, won back in Monaco, didn't he? We've had a lot of winners this season. It's been fantastic. Renzo now has got his act together, but looks at it, it's gone up into 14th position now. 6 seconds quicker, and of course he was struggling, wasn't he, on the he was struggling on that lap, wasn't he? So I think that he can go quicker and still, because he was very leery, wasn't he? So Renzo is now up into 14th position, but I think that's still perilously close. I think Crazy might be a bit concerned as well. So now Gunnar is now about to start his lap in the McLaren. Let's go with Gunnar then. Clips turn 1. Then of course this track can also be very, very it's also very harsh on the penalty system as well. Jonathan Cox has just said, well, good luck there for Murphy. It was absolutely cracking, that, wasn't it? That was quite a while ago as well. That was very early on in the session. So yeah, immense stuff from Dan Murphy, just on board Gunnar then, and he's coming down the back straight. Of course, so far in terms of the pole positions we've had this season, it's been we got 2 apiece for Nosey, for Silent, and also for Dan Murphy as well. So some very good. Yeah, so it's quite equal in the qualifying this season. No one is really kind of set their authority. Remember, on round 11, and of course we're over half this in the championship now, and it's fairly close as well, isn't it? And Gunnar's gone around the wrong way. Hopefully he hasn't damaged his car. He might have been alright there. He might have hit it side on, so he might have got away with damage. He has got away with damage then. Has he got enough time then? Granty, I think, has just moved out to 3rd, and Gunnar then has got enough time, I think, he just needs to cool those wets down and go again. He needs to harvest. When he has to cross the line quickly, doesn't he? Renzo is now starting another lap then. He doesn't feel confident. What about Crazy? Crazy is 6 seconds down. He is coming back into the pits then. We've also got Stringy who's on an out lap. He has got enough time to get around as well. But Stringy in 15th for the mode. And so Can Gunnar, he is the man that needs to find. Can he find 5/10 of a second? Otherwise, he's going to be knocked out of qualifying here. The McLaren driver. Here he comes then. Come around the final corner. This rain is absolutely appalling, isn't it? Hasn't let up at all. Look at all the standing water offline. It's very difficult for all the drivers out there. Gunnar then starts his lap now. Here we go then for Gunnar. So this is his last chance then to get himself out of qualifying. Jonathan Cox has just gone to second there, 24/7 then, but Dan Murphy is still top of the timesheets at the moment. Good driving from the Ferrari driver, fantastic stuff. Dan Lieutenant has now gone up to 5th then. Simon Shifton, of course, made his debut last season, is in 8th position currently, and of course Knowlesy second in the championship mode, only 11th fastest currently. And also Emerson is the championship leader, only 10th fast at the moment. And now Gunnar then coming down to the hairpin as what's he doing then? He needs to, well, he's on the limit of fuel at the moment, isn't he? What's Renzo then? Renzo's 12 seconds off the Renzo Gunnar's off the track. He's in. No, that is it for the McLaren driver, and I think that's a bit of rage there. And how has he kept that car in one piece? Well, almost. So Gunnar is out of qualifying. So out of qualifying then it's Laggy, it's Sam, Fisher and Gunnar. This is going to be an epic race tomorrow, isn't it? And that's a big shame for Gunnar. Just watching the Toro Rosso there come through. So Gunnar has been eliminated, unfortunately. He just couldn't get a lap together, could he? If he got a lap together, I reckon Gunnar would have definitely improved majorly in that McLaren. But that's a shame there for Gunnar, as he's now crawling back then to the pits then. So we've lost. So the 4 drivers we have lost, as we said, both Mercedes are out. Both Laggy Racer are out, and of course Gunnar is out of qualifying as well. Then, so then we now got to Q2 then. That was where we're going to hold our tournaments. I don't think there's going to be much improvement in the weather, is it? It looks absolutely atrocious out there, doesn't it? And really difficult for all these drivers out here tonight. And now he's coming into the pits then. So a much better pit entry than Hamilton did. So is now then is Gunnar then slowing down. Then of course it's 80 kilometers an hour in this pit lane. So yeah. So at the end of that qualifying session, what have we learned? That Dan Murphy is a bit of a He's a pretty good in the wet, isn't he? Great stuff indeed. Then, of course, he's done 4 laps on those wet tyres, didn't he? But he really built up the confidence, didn't he? 10 laps for Granty out there. Wow, that's more of a practice session for Granty, isn't it? Really trying to get himself in tuned with the wet weather tyres, isn't he? So that might pay dividends later on in this session, isn't it? So as the time then ticks down then. We're just Stringy now puts has actually strung a time together, and he goes up into a 13th then in the McLaren. So that is it then for the first part of qualifying. Grant has just said there's definitely a practice session. Yes. So so yeah, he's done 10 laps on those wet tires. Wow, that's an impressive amount of time. He's done in 18 minutes, 10 laps around there. So Stringy's got a 5-place grid penalty for the for him and. For him and Farshot coming together there. I'm not really sure if that's fair or not, to be honest. Yeah, because he was parked in a difficult position. He was parked in a very dodgy spot, wasn't he, to say the least? But yeah, I think but I'm not really sure if that warrants a 5-place grid penalty. So out of qualifying then it's Laggy, Sam and Fisher, all 3 of them on a quali ban. I'm actually on top of it with the parish notices this week, believe it or not. It's first time in 11 races. And also Gunnar out of qualifying as well, but he didn't get I don't think he got a lap together, so that was a bit unfortunate for Gunnar. And like you just said, it's so boring when you have a quali ban. Well, to honest, this basically my I always have a quali ban because I'm always here in the old commentary box. Which to be honest, I've got a race ban as well. I've had a race ban since well, ever since ALR started. Anyway, and coming now then is to Q2, and you can see the weather is still absolutely appalling out there, isn't it? I think it's a better weather for much more suitable weather for ducks, isn't it? Rather than any of these cars out there at the moment. So we've got 15 drivers at the moment, and they are still on the wet weather tires. So tomorrow, this is going to absolutely throw away any strategical advantage, isn't it? So really, if you qualify on the top 10. Some you have to start on the tire which you set the time on. If it's a dry race, well, if it's a dry race, then of course you can now start on any tire you want to. Dan Luton, then of course the British Grand Prix winner, absolutely dominating, wasn't he? Is out of the pit. He really controlled that race absolutely fabulously indeed. He is the first man out of the pits, as is Jonathan, who is second out in the Racing Point. Guys, Gunnar there, of course I think he's the Kevin Magnussen of ALR, isn't he? He's a bit of a bad boy, Gunnar is, and he's just then he's just said don't get a bad then. Too laggy. Anyway, yeah, as now we've got Luton and they're coming out of the pits and he's coming down into the hairpin. Now we got 2 Racing Points there behind, so that's Jonathan and Renzo. So then as they're coming out, then so as they're about to start their laps, then so whilst we're watching Luton, and then of course let's have a quick trip down memory lane, shall we? As the Farf has left the session. Hopefully he'll come back soon. We got intermediate tyres on Exar's car. Now this is a bold gamble, isn't it, from Exar? Exar, to be honest, so he is. I think that he's very good in the way, isn't he? Remember Austria, incredible drive from Exar in Austria. Really propelled himself very nicely indeed, didn't he? I think it rained towards the end of that race, really. So, yeah, I still believe he is a very good wet weather driver. Got yellow flag and free. I think it's someone just trying to get some distance between himself and the car in front. So we've got 13 minutes to go out of the 15-minute session. Everyone is out on track at the moment, from Granty, Knowlesy, Crazy, and Farf as well. So Dan is starting us out now. Let's go on board with him. Farf is back in the session, going into turn 1 then. Of course, had an almighty smash there. Didn't the F1 drivers back in 2014? Kevin Magnussen was involved along with I think it was both Williams, wasn't it? But I think he tipped Mass over, didn't he? But it was a scary accident, that was. We've had a lot of scary accidents here in Hockenheim in turn 1. Schumacher, well, he didn't even get to turn 1, did he? Because Luciano and Bertie launched over the back of the Ferrari, didn't they? I've not accounted if he collected an arrows or not, but that was a scary incident as well. Nigel has retired from the session. Nigel's retired from the session. I'm not sure if has Nigel got a quality bad? I'm not sure, but I'm sure he's definitely out there. So I wonder if Nigel is is at a trip somewhere. Just taking a look to see where he's going. We're on board with XO now. Who's on the intermediate tyres? Yeah, he has. It's out of turn 1. Nigel, the champion, is out of the qualifying session. He is going to start 15th then in this second qualifying in the race later on. That is such a shame then for Nigel. Laggy has left the session. Of course, he's already serving a quality ban, so he was complaining that it was boring. So he's probably gone off and done other things, which is excellent stuff. Anyway, as we come back then to Dan Luton, and then as he's coming around then to start finish his lap then in the Renault. And he's been asked, he's just been asked if someone can invite him back at 24/7, and it's just about matched then Dan's time earlier on, but only just. Jonathan Cox is on a 24:9 in the Racing Point at the moment. Renzo has invalidated his time, so I have to go again. Murphy's done a 25.5 at the moment, so that's just I think that might just be a warm-up out there from Murphy, because in the first qualifying session he was a lot quicker than that, wasn't he? Emerson has done a 25.8. Fire shot at 25.9 at the moment. Then you can see the times then. The more you go around this track, the more confidence you get. Grillsy a 27.2 and a 27.3 for Stringy. Wow, off the track there for Stringy. Farf is out on track at the moment. We have also Grillsy is who else? I think Silent Shift has just gone up to 4th position in the Rocket Williams at the moment. And they're coming through thick and fast at the moment. Crazy's out of the pits now. Knowles is on the lap. XR is back in the pits. The intermediate tyres, I don't think is just responding, is it? He's just getting no grip out there, getting no purchase. Like he has an internet problem, so that's why he dropped out. So hopefully Laggy can get himself back into the. If anyone could invite Laggy, then that'd be much appreciated. Unfortunately, I can't because I'm only a spectator. And Nosy there is all over the show there. Wow, well held, sir. And I think he's in the wrong sport. Maybe he's been playing WRC 8 for the last couple of days. Nosy then is Laggy's joined. Nosy is on the edge. He's on the edge, isn't he? I'm not sure if it's the edge of glory or the edge of oh my gosh, or the edge of disaster here. It's incredible car control from Nosy in the tour also then. And now he's coming around the final corner that you can see he's right out of Versa. He's gone wide then. He's not going to invalidate his time. Now here comes car 94 then coming across the line then. What does Nosy do? And he goes 8th fastest, so 26-1 there. I think that was an adventurous lap there. Fire Shot and Emerson just going round and round there, and you can see now Fire Shot is back up into 4th position. Emerson is 5th. Farf is on that lap at the moment, so XR and Granty are still in the pits at the moment. Oh, they wait. Is there a clear patch? Is the Renault and the Toro Rosso waiting for some a bit of clear space? Crazy Hitman is also more of a dry spell really, because I don't think anyone is going to want to be I don't think anyone's going to really want to wait in the pits, are they, at this juncture, really, because you see then you've just got to go round and round and round. You just get quicker and quicker. Lieutenant is going fast at the moment in the Renault. Jonathan Cox is second. Murphy third. They're all improving. They're all getting quicker and quicker out there. Yellow flag in 2. We're just taking a look to see what is occurring. I think it's one of the Haas's there. It's just recovering now. Of course, Farshot, of course, also been promoted to a full-time driver. So congratulations to Farshot as well. Trying to hit his Haas then for the first time. Now Farfen is, of course, is the full-time Red Bull driver. Very experienced driver now in ALR, and he comes across the line and he goes, oh, he's invalidated his time, so he's going to have to go again. Farshot. What about his teammate Crazy? Crazy then is coming down the back straight now, and then to the hairpin then. So of course, as we said, Crazy's had a couple of problems in the Red Bull to begin this season, doesn't he? So hopefully he can now get himself back on to where he was before. Of course, remember last season he was a very consistent runner, wasn't he? He was always there or thereabouts, wasn't he? And and he's just gone wide there. Crazy has. It's very interesting, really, how much this game is really transforming the pecking order, hasn't it? Really, of course, remember Nigel was kind of such a stellar driver, wasn't he? He still is a stellar driver, I reckon. But of course, last season he was near the time sheets more often than not. Of course, the last season's runner-up Hunter had a couple of issues, didn't he, in the start of the season before taking a sabbatical. So remember that the two men who was the top two of the championship last season have really this year at the moment just down the mid pack at the championship. Now Hunter then comes across the line. Hunter, a Crazy Man comes across the line and goes 11 fast at the moment then, so I think he's got more time to come as well. Farfish just about to finish it up. Exile as well. Granty accelerates out of the pits and as well in the Renault. So we got all four. So we're going to have, unfortunately, Nigel will be 15th. That does depend on Stringy's 5-place grid penalty. Yellow flag floating in 2 because Crazy's off. Crazy is off and he's out. Farf has gone 4th fastest. Crazy Hitman is out of qualifying, and I'm wondering it looks like it's in between, down the back straight there, isn't it? And this is very, very. That's going to be a shame for Crazy, isn't it? Just on board now with Farfin. Let's see where he is. I think was he on the outside there of turn 2. Stringy has retired from the session as well. And and that's Silent Shift now as well, and a 24 fire from Murphy. Murphy is going for his third pole position of the season, and Silent Shifting is just having some fun out there in the Rocket Williams. Of course, he's still remaining Williams representative here. Williams probably needed 2 drivers tonight, really, if they wanted to get themselves propelled up in the championship. Knowles is on the cusp of it. So Stringy and Hitman are both out of this qualifying session. So is Nigel. So who is going to join them then? We've already lost 3 drivers. Exile has gone across the line, so this is his first attempt now on the wet. Well, I think it's the second time on. Oh, he's gone wide there. Granted out of the pits as well. Then what's Grillsy doing? Got yellow flag free. Grillsy is cruising back to the pits at the moment. Silent Shifted off again in the Williams. He's having appalling issues there with that Williams at the moment. So he's trying to get back on the track now, but you've got Farf coming around the Sachs curb, and Silent Shifted doing a very good job there of keeping off the road. Good stuff there from Silent. John Gotcha said he's starting to get the hang of these conditions now, isn't he? And I think a lot of drivers are, aren't they? But I think again, Murphy is really loving these conditions at the moment, isn't he? And now he's on the ice ring, as the F1 drivers are describing it, and he is now. I think it's a drag strip, isn't it? And now Silent Shifter now coming back into the pits. Then he is 5th mode. Is he safe? That's the question. Well, I don't think many people are safe. Well, Nosey's certainly I don't think not safe. There's Granty's now starting lap now. What about XR? Where is Granty? Granty's just coming down the back straight. We're going to stay on board with XR then. Remember, this is his second attempt. He went out on the inter tyres. Unfortunately, that gamble didn't pay off. Lovely shot there, going into the stadium sector. I must admit, this is one of the best pieces of racetrack, isn't it? The stadium sector, and there's such a great atmosphere as well. XR's gone wide there, but that's all right. He's going for the karting line now, accelerating away now nicely, and I think, of course, Silent, who is from Finland, I think was having a bit of ice racing practice there, wasn't it? Of course, as he just commented, he was just drifting. Exile got at the 4th fastest. Good time there from the Toro Rosso driver. That has knocked Knowlesy out of contention at the moment. He's 0.2 of a second down in the second sector. Knowlesy is on the cusp at the moment. So who else on the cusp? Renzo is in the qualifying session road. Knowlesy needs 3/10 of a second. Grillsy's coming down to the pits now. We've got 5 minutes to go. This is all going to change, remember. Who is safe? I think anyone in the 24s might be safe. Then again, that's a very to honest, I must admit, my cutoff time for safe is absolutely. Don't listen to me. Granty is on a 25-2 at the moment in the arena. Look how condensed these times are. It's fantastic, isn't it? One wrong move and you will be out of qualifying. At the moment, out of qualifying is Nigel. Is crazy. Stringy's going to be 13, so he's going to go back. Oh, Nigel's gone to... sorry, Nigel. Nosey's going to 11th now. Nigel is also out of qualifying. So Crazy's out of qualifying. Nosey somehow keeps out of the wall there, but he's under awful amount of pressure, isn't he? The Toro Rosso driver. Renzo, the Irishman, is out of the pits as well. So as it stands at the moment then, so Stringy out of qualifying. He's going to take a 5-place grid penalty in the McLaren, isn't he, for to be honest, it's a shame really, isn't it? That is Stringy's going to get a 5-place grid penalty. I didn't think that warranted it really. Emerson is out on track now. He's 4 tenths of a second up. Emerson is now. He's now starting to really put the toe down. Of course, he's got a big old fan club, hasn't he? Emerson has. He is the championship leader in the Haas at the moment. So of course, he's had some very difficult races, hasn't he? When he first debuted in the ALR, he stormed to 2 victories, didn't he? In Azerbaijan, in Spain, and then Monaco. Of course, our good friend Nosey decided to wipe him out. No, I think unfortunately Nosey there misjudged the seafront chicane, and Emerson was at the was a too close point to react there, which allowed Nigel to come into win, didn't he? And of course then Emerson won incredibly well in Canada, didn't he? In very similar conditions to this. Canada was just absolutely pouring down, wasn't it, throughout the whole of the race there, wasn't it? So yeah, very difficult conditions indeed, wasn't it, for Emerson? But Emerson, of course, a 3-time winner in ALR. Done a he's really set the league alight, hasn't he? Really, with his speed, and now he's coming into the stadium section. Now look at that, very good control there on the Haas there. Now coming into the Sachs curve there, lovely shot here. Look at that, cracking. And now as coming into the final couple of corners now. What's he going to do? What is Nosey? Nosey's back in the pits, but he's got 2.5 minutes to get himself sorted out. Of course, remember, he's second in the championship to this man. His consistency has been the thing that's paid off. And Emerson goes into 5th position then. So he's in. I think he's safe. But don't take my word for it. But I do think he is safe in this qualifying session moment. Is anyone else out there at the moment? Grant, he's out on track. Farshot is out. Silence is out. Farf is also out as well. When I say out, I mean out on track, not out. If that makes sense to anyone. We've only got 120 seconds to go. So at the moment then, so all the guys in the, I think all the guys in the 24s should be safe. Farf coming around the final couple of corners then, accelerating away. What does he do? He's 6th at the moment, then Farf is, and he goes into the 24s as well. That's a decent time for Farf. Once again, Dan Murphy though has got some really good speed at these conditions. Emerson is 800 of a second down. Silent is up, and he is just following Farshot on. There is Farshot. There is Silent. Very close. Is these? I hope these two don't hinder each other. I think they've been following literally the whole lap though, haven't they? Look at this spray on the back of Farshot. This is a lot of bravery here from Silent, and he goes 600 of a second quicker. I would say that's not might not be safe. And oh wow. And he's done a great job to stay out the wall there, but unfortunately that is Silent then, who is going to be out qualifying because he ain't going to have enough time to get back around them. But he's had a great save there for the Williams, but I don't think I think that might be it for Silent, unfortunately. He won't be able to respond. Nosey's back out on track at the moment as well. Nosey's going to be it's going to be touch and go for Nosey, isn't it? Just watching Grills then, who is out on track as well at the moment. He's 10th. He's on the cusp at the moment. He's 0.2 of a second in front of safety. And look at the back end. The back end got a bit light there, didn't it, on Grillsy? Very perilous corner in the wet session, isn't it? Grills then coming around and up into the final sector now. This has been absolutely sensational, hasn't it? Great car control from everyone. I do applaud Silent Shifting. He's done a great job to keep that Williams out the wall. Unfortunately, though, he might not be rewarded. Might he? Well, there is a big old gap, isn't there? He's 7 tenths of a second in front, out of inside the safety zone. But I think that we are expecting a big improvements, I think. So what about Grills then as he comes across the line? And Grills, he does he's not fast enough. He's 3 tenths of a second up. He's displaced Granty at the moment. Farshot is still there as well. He's got time for one more. Granty's gone up to 5th position. He's gone to 5th position. Silent right-hand shot is retired. Oh, he's retired on the track there. That's not gonna help the drivers, is it? Nosey is out. Nosey's out of qualifying. That's a big blow there for the Toro Rosso. Renzo's out of qualifying as well. Very, very close in the end there. Renzo out of qualifying by 4/10 of a second. Grillsy has just made it through. So Renzo, Nosey, Stringy, Hitman, and Nigel have all left the session. Have exit stage left, unfortunately, for those drivers. And so yeah, that's a big shock, isn't it, for Nosey? He's out of qualifying, and he really wasn't enjoying these wet weather conditions, was he? But of course, but it is so that's a big blow, isn't it, for the man who's second in the championship at the moment. So who's through into the top 10 then? Murphy, who's 2 out of 2 for his qualifying time so far, hasn't he? He's flying the flag for Ferrari beautifully at the moment. Second position is Lieutenant. So both Dans are on the front row. Oh, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? Farf is in third position. Jonathan Cox is fourth position. Good stuff. Both fifth position is Emerson. I thought that was also a Haas in sixth. It's Granty in sixth position. XR seventh. Silent did a great job to keep out the wall there, and that will reward him because he will be in Q3. Fire shot ninth position, and 10th position is Grillsy as he comes across the line now just to get some more practice in. So this is this is going to be fairly interesting, isn't it? As we come into qualifying 3 now. Then so the qualify. So unfortunately, Nosey has will be out qualified for XL for the third time this season. So we've really so XL has done a fantastic job on it. As I said, Austria was an incredible race for XL, wasn't it? That was his first podium of his career, and he did a beautiful job in Austria. I think that was probably one of the drives of the season. I feel really epic stuff. It's been an epic qualifying session, hasn't it? Really, this has been. I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. I think, as Nigel predicted, though, quite early on it was going to rain. So, good call from Nigel. I think so. Gunnar said that. The lottery numbers. Unfortunately, then Nigel though wasn't that lucky, as he didn't get a time set, so he is out of qualifying. Crazy Hitman out as well. So is Stringy. He's going to take a 5-place grid penalty. So. Yeah, that's a shame for I think that'll be on the back row for that'll be on last, I think, for Stringy. Nosey in 12th position, and Renzo is in 10th. Look, 6/10 of a second separates the top 10. This is going to be blinking you'll miss, isn't it? Look at that, 1,000 of a second separates that Farf and Lieutenant. Of course, Farfair will like to see if he can get himself back on the podium steps and back into contention of race wins. That'll be really good for Farf, won't it? So then, as we now we go on to Q3 then, and this is the final part of qualifying. So we're now into 12 minutes then. So there's 12 minutes then to sort the top 10 out. And again, it's great for you to join us here tonight. What is your predictions? Who's going to qualify where? Well, more importantly, who's going to qualify on pole position? To be honest, I think Murphy is looking absolutely strong at the moment, really strong indeed in the Ferrari. He's loving these conditions at the moment, isn't he? Jonathan Cox there accelerates out of the pits end, and he is in the racing point. Jonathan Cox is, of course, very quick in the other qualifyings in the other series, isn't he? But at the moment he hasn't got a pole position yet. As of course, remember the one-time winner, he won incredibly, didn't he, back in Japan of season 1. Absolutely fantastic. Him and Nigel having a good old duel, wasn't it? It was brilliant stuff. Of course, Jonathan's only in his, I think that was his 3rd race, wasn't it, in ALR at that point, and absolutely fantastic how he did that, how he soaked up the pressure for Nigel, where he was charging, wasn't he? Nigel was after he was on a very fresh set of, I think it was a soft tires, was it, or medium tires? I don't know. Of course, remember last season they had all softs, hyper softs, softs, medium hard, super hard, all sorts, didn't they? So this season they've really helped me out, haven't they? Because I don't have to worry about any of the tire names anymore. And that's what I did like the colours though. So Jonathan will be the first one across the line at the moment. So we've had heavy rain throughout this entire session. Remember, Jonathan back in Canada had some issues, didn't he, in the wet? Really, Jonathan is usually one of the men that is easily in the top 10, but in Canada he was I think he did finish 12th or 13th, didn't he? So I think he's really improved his wet weather skill, hasn't he, here today? Because he's looking much more on it, isn't he? Now he comes across the line then. So let's see what the racing point can do then. He accelerates away now, and he is now about to start his flying lap around Germany then. So as he pings it into turn 1 there, and did he keep it on track limits there? I think he did. You can see then he's not at 4 hours, is he? Because this track can be very hungry, very hungry on the earth, even if it is wet at the moment. And now John coming out there and coming on to DRS. That DRS basically, you must just take it away, aren't you? Because there's going to be no DRS in this session. So we did talk about in the early parts of qualifying that possibly it might dry up, but that is no such luck, is it, for any of these drivers? So I think that it's going to be a very, very interesting grid. We've got Fisher down there at the back. We've also got Laggy near the back. We've got Sam near the back as well. In both Mercedes, we're going to see what they can do coming through the field. Stringy is also going to be on the back row of the grid. Remember Stringy so far, and Jonathan there has lost it. He's in the wall. He has damaged his front wing. Now the big blow for Jonathan there. Oh no! So the Racing Point driver then is going to have to come back into the pits, and so now Farfetch has gone through as well. So that's a shame there for John. Oh, and Silent Shifting's off the track as well. Is this rain getting heavier? Well, it's very, very perilous at the moment, isn't it? As we've got Silent and Jonathan, two former winners have both gone off the track at the moment. What about Farfetch? He's now coming through the final couple of corners then. What is he going to do then? Is he as he now comes across the, it comes up to the final corner now. Of course, no DRS. And what does he do? He does a 25.5 at the moment. What about a Toro Rosso behind him? Vexar? He does a faster time. He's a 25 flat there. What about the Ferrari driver? The Ferrari driver has gone. Oh, he's invalidated this time. Dan Murphy, so he's going to have to go around again. What about Emirates? What about Fireshot? Sorry, he's done a 27. Dan Lutonen has done a 24.5 there. So he's matched Dan Murphy's time from the second qualifying sector. This is going to be the second qualifying session. It's going to be fairly interesting. Emerson has done a 25.3 there in the Haas. So cracking stuff to start off this qualifying session. Grills is on the left moment. Farf is going to have to go around again. What about Silent? Has he damaged his car? We've seen that Jonathan Cox said Granty is just chilling out in the pit lane at the moment. So Silent Shifting then, is he going to carry on? He is carrying on. So Silent Shifting now going to carry on and have another crack then. Grills is out on track at the moment as well then. But we're going to keep an eye on Farf at the moment. Remember, he is third in the championship at the moment, isn't he? And well, he's got no errors at the moment, hasn't he? So he's just cruising around. Got a yellow flag hovering out there. Who is it for? I'm not sure who it's for. So as it stands then, Exile is on the front row of the grid. Fantastic stuff from Exile, isn't it? He has really he's got a great touch around here, hasn't he? On the in the wet weather conditions, hasn't he? Car 19 Exile is. Of course, talking of 19, this is today would have been Anton Hubert's 23rd birthday. Of course, so that's quite a shocking revelation, isn't it? Really, that is. So yeah, our thoughts are still with Anton Hubert. Murphy is fourth at the moment. Murphy is, so that time did the update then. But he's second now. He's 6 tenths a second improved on his last time, and he is up into second at the moment. The Ferrari Exile down third. Fireshot is fourth. Emerson is fifth. He's coming around again. Emerson is a 10th second up. Where's I going to put him? Now I don't think I'm going to improve his time so far. Is it for Emerson? It's still fifth position, but he's improved his time. Farf is sixth at the moment in the Red Bull. Grillsy is seventh. Silent Shifting is 16 seconds up, and he is eighth. I was wondering if the autonomous did an update for me, because all of a sudden they just jumped up there, didn't they? Maybe I just wasn't paying attention, which is probably more than likely. Halfway through this qualifying session now, and it's really starting to heat up, isn't it? We got 6 minutes to go, and of course then this is completely different. Look at that, he's on the AstroTurf, over the AstroTurf. Is that going to help? And he's done a 26 there, so he's 16 seconds quicker. Sorry, shifting this, but he's going to come back in. Question is it better to stay on the used wet tires, or are they going to go on to? They're going to get some more, or they're going to have some fresh wet tyres, and that is the question. Is it going to be used, or is it going to be fresh? Granty there is starting us up now. He chucks it into turn one. Of course, Granty so far this season hasn't, of course, he's got one pole position to his name, hasn't he, so far? Granty has. Of course, he's also had one win as well. Of course, he won fantastically well in Austria, didn't he, just a couple of races ago? And unfortunately, it didn't do too well, did it? But I think Granty's first season in ALR has been fantastic. He's had the most Driver of the Day awards, hasn't he? He's had 3. So Granty doing a fantastic job in his debut season, but of course he's a seasoned veteran, isn't he? Now he's coming into there, but now you've seen another seasoned veteran is the man in the Racing Point who's just coming down, accelerating down to the hairpin. And I think Grillsy's got him in the third. Great time there from Grillsy. Fantastic from the Alfa Romeo driver. 3 seconds he's found in that last time, and he has thrown himself in the mix. Of course, Grillsy also So he's this will be his 11th race start in ALR, and he is of course he's also a seasoned veteran as well now, isn't he? And yeah, he's really showed it. He's really showed some experience. I think a lot of the drivers, a lot of the experienced drivers, really coming to the fold, aren't they? They're doing a cracking job out there at the moment. They're both dancing still on the front row of the grid. Them two have done a great job this season, this season and this session. Of course, Dan Murphy 5th in the championship at the moment. And now what about Granton as he's coming around the final corner? Look at that, just about staying in track limits. Accelerating away now nicely. What does he do? What does he do? Is this going to be enough? It's for second position. Both Reynolds are on the front row of the grid then. Fantastic. What about Jonathan Coxon? He goes at 6th fast at the moment. And he is 9,000 of a second away from Exile at the moment. Yellow flag in sector 1. So both horses are 7th and 8th for the moment. So that's a bit of a surprise, isn't it? So Granty has thrown his hat into the ring, hasn't he? And he's now up into second at the moment. Lieutenant, of course, who got pole position last time out in Silverstone, didn't he? And got a win as well. So he converted from pole. Is he going to do it again here in Germany? Fantastic, isn't it? From fantastic, isn't it? From Lieutenant, he is well, he's got some speed in him, hasn't he? What about Jonathan? Is he going to go again then? He's got to find 9,000 a second to get in front of Exile. Can he get into the 24th? They're very close. Look at the opposite lock there on Jonathan, the British Italian driver, really fighting that racing point, isn't it? Isn't he? So so as it stands then, Lieutenant is on pole position. Alongside him is Granty. Both Reynolds on the front row. Reynolds are in the ascendancy in the constructors, aren't they? Murphy is 3rd. 4th position is Grillsy. Brilliant qualifying for Grillsy. And Exile 5th position as well. Jonathan Cox in 6th. We've got both Hearts in 7th and 8th for now. Far shot in front of Emerson. Emerson is so far in this season has been pretty good on the old qualifying. He's out qualified his teammates 7 times. Yeah, that's a very, very strong qualifying performance from Emerson as well. Farf is in at 9th position, and Silent Shifting is 10th as it stands at the moment. Jonathan Cox is coming back into the pit lane. We've got 3 minutes to go. Is he gonna bolt on another set of wet tires and go again, or is he just gonna? Is this a top up? To be honest, I think. Oh, and Farshot is off the track there, isn't he? So luckily he's on his outlap moment. Farf is just started his lap at the moment. What about Granty? Granty is just finishes up. Murphy is on an outlap at the moment as well. So let's stick with Farf. He is 3rd in the championship. What is he? 4 tenths of a second up. Where's that going to pull him? But that's going to improve his time, but not his position at the moment, because he is 6 tenths of a second away from Emerson. Coming down to the hairpin now, but remember that's only in the 1st sector. Coming down to the hairpin now. Let's go on board it, Farf. Look at the lock. Look at the lock there. So anyway, now nicely, much more control than what Jonathan was when we joined the Racing Point driver on board with him at that point. Now then, look at this very cool, very quick kink there. Now then, coming into the and you can see just in front of the Mercedes grandstand. Unfortunately, none of the Mercedes have been on track yet, have they, in this event tonight? But hopefully we'll see a lot of them in just a few moments time. Now 9 tenths of a second up Farfus. That is a big improvement, isn't it? That would jump him quite high up. That would be in 5th position. 5th position as it stands at the moment for Farf. Can he improve more then, as he's now into the stadium section then? Under 2 minutes to go then. We've got a bit of sunshine breaking through, but I think it's too little too late. What about Farf as he's coming through the final corner now? Where is it going to pull him? Where is it going to put him? Accelerating away now nicely, and Farf goes pole position. An incredible time there from Farf. That has been from out the bottom draw there from Farf there. Really, that was a rub out of the hat. Incredible stuff from Farf. So that is a fantastic time for Farf, and really he hasn't had a pole position yet, has he? Farf, so this could be his first one in the season. What is Lieutenant going to do? But no, Murphy has stolen it from him. He's done a 24-1 in the Ferrari. There was some reserves there in the Ferrari driver, and he's on pole position. Well, Lieutenant Grant, he has gone second. He is 4 tenths of a second down. Remember, these guys, there's still one more run, haven't they? As a far shot retired from the section for down in 8th position. Well, Lieutenant, he is a 10th of a second up. Where that put him? That might put him in front of Farf, and Farf has had an incredible lap. And now Lieutenant again comes across the line. What does he do? What does he do then? Of course, he is one, and he's up for the second. And look at that, 400ths of a second. Oh, he's cut turn 1. 400ths of a second then between the two downs. That is incredible. That is a whisker. That is a whisker. Oh, Farf just doing a bit of rallycross there. Exile on track mode. So is Emerson. Silent Shifting. He is going to, and he's improved to a 25-1 there. He is very close there to Emerson, but not close enough. And now he's lost it. He is in the wall. That's a huge crash there for Silent. He managed to keep out the wall earlier on, but not this time. Jonathan Cox has just started his lap. Lieutenant is retired from the session, so he ain't gonna get pole position. Dan Murphy has had a mega lap. He's pulled it out from somewhere, hasn't he? Jonathan Cox is out on track at the moment as well. He's just about to start his lap. Exile has also started his lap as well. What about Farf? Farf is now going to... He's got one more run, Farf has. And the yellow flag is floating around everywhere. What about Murphy? Murphy is now going again, I think so. Oh, is he going to be able to make it across the line? Then we're on board, Murphy. 3, 2, he's done it. Yes, he has. And he's got pole still. He's on pole position again by a 23.9. Wow, Murphy, he is red hot. Not just in that Ferrari, but on track as well. That is incredible qualifying from Murphy. That would be his 3rd pole position. And I think that would also be his 3rd of his career as well. Immense stuff. Granty is going to be 3rd in the end. What about Farf then? Farf is still on the lap of the one. Exile's out there. Jonathan Cox is 2 tenths of a second up. What about Emerson? Is he going to spoil the party? No, he's only 6th fastest today, Emerson is. So Emerson is 6th fastest. Exile is on the lap. Jonathan Cox is on the stadium sector now. And, well, this is incredible stuff. Murphy has absolutely blown the competition away. Fantastic stuff from the Ferrari driver. He is going to get 3 pole, but this will be his 3rd pole position of his of the season, which will make him top of the pole position charts, won't it? And Jonathan Cox goes to 5th fastest, so he is now up in the 5th. Grillsy is 6th. What about Farf? Farf is doing it. I'm not sure what Farf is doing. Exile Mike Throw. Oh, he's 8th in the end there from Exile. But a great qualifying session from Exile. What about Farf? He's 2 tenths of a second up. This might put him on the front row. How is he going to do that? He's aiming for 23.9. He has to get a 23.9. He's on the 23s. He is 4th fastest in the end. Dan Murphy, pole position then for the German Grand Prix. And one of the best qualifying laps you'll ever see in the wet. Absolutely immense stuff from Dan Murphy. Wow. Well, what can you say about that? That was absolutely quality. 3rd pole position of his career, 3rd pole position of the season. Brilliant stuff, and it's going to be both Dans on pole position. He has absolutely owned qualifying today, hasn't he? He has made it his own. That Ferrari has got a beautiful setup indeed. And let's just take a quick look to see what's going on then. And Jonathan Cox just said you only get 2 sets of tyres, with 2 sets of wet tyres. Yeah, it's very limited, the tyres are, aren't they? A bit harsh, isn't it? Around on the wet tyres. I think you get 3 sets in total for the whole weekend. Not a lot at all, is it really? We've also got, of course, Matt has just said Dan Murray for the win. Well, he's starting in the best position so far, isn't he? Great pole position there from Dan. We're just on board the championship leader, Emerson, who's only down in 7th at the moment. Again, Emerson there hasn't won since Canada, has it? It doesn't seem that long ago, does it? But so the Emerson fan club might be a bit disappointed at that. But before we go through any more of the comments, 2 tenths of a second separate Dan Murphy and Dan Lieutenant. That is an incredible time from Dan. It really is incredible. Granty is 4 tenths of a second away. He's in 3rd position. Farf is 4th. The 2 championship rivals there sharing the 2nd row. Then we've got Jonathan Cox and Grillsy 5th and 6th. Good qualifying time from Grillsy, making a return to ALR. Emerson, championship leader, 7th. XR 8th, once again showing his wetware prowess. Fire shot in 9th position, the French Grand Prix winner, and also Simon Shifton, the Chinese Grand Prix winner, 9th and 10th, and that is your top 10 for the race, which is coming up imminently. And whilst the game loads its thing, let's take a quick look. Yeah, Laggy Race are very happy with that because of course Laggy's teammate is on pole position then. Of course Dan Murphy's 3rd pole position, as I said. Silent just said horrible. So I think he means the conditions. I don't think he means that Dan getting pole position. Oh, look at that. That's a far cry from what we've seen in qualifying. Lovely, beautiful day here in Hockenheim. And Laggy just said, yes, Dan, great stuff. Jonathan Cox, pretty satisfied with that, and congratulations to Dan. Daniel Thompson, dry race, thank God. and Nathan Hughes says, it's alright, boy. It's alright, our boys have got this. Well, absolutely immense, isn't it? Great lap. I'll tell you what, I can't get over that. Amazing stuff. So as you can see, the garages are empty now. We've got 19 cars on the grid that is about to attack this German Grand Prix as the session is about to start. The question is, what tyres do people go on? Because they got a free choice of tyres because it rained in Q2. So we're going to go on the formation lap now then. So as Stringy is 18th on the grid then, as I've just taken away all the telemetry there, which is great stuff. So let me just get me tyres up. There we go. Look at that. Not a single red tyre in sight. Pole position then is Dan Murphy. He is on the hard compound tire. His third pole position of his career. Fantastic. Alongside him is Dan. Of course, Dan, this is his second front row start of his career. Of course, got pole position in Silverstone, and he's on the front row today. Granty in third position. Good stuff for Granty. He's usually a bit further back than that. He's on the hard compound tire. That's a traditional tire. He always starts on the hard compound tire, doesn't he? He's third at the moment. Kenny Eaton to Emerson's championship lead. Same with this man here, Favre. He is third in the championship. He's on the hard compound tire as well in fourth. Jonathan Cox, he is sixth in the championship at the moment. He gonna get a good run of results together. He's in he's in fifth position. Grillsy doing a great job, of course. He's in sixth position today, isn't he, in the Alfa Romeo, replacing Mr. Elite. Emerson, the championship leader, is seventh. He's on the hard compound tire as well. Exar, medium tire for Exar in eighth position. Fireshot in ninth position on medium tires as well. Silent is 10th on the medium tires in the Williams. Saul Williams here. Renzo is in 11th position on the medium tires. 12th position is Nosey. Second place in the championship is well out of position. Let's see what he can do from 12th. 13th position is Crazy. Crazy in the Red Bull is 13th, and he's got on the medium tires at the moment. Can he get a decent race strung together? Nigel 14th on the medium as well. Gunnar is in 15th medium tires. Fisher 16th medium. 17th is Sam. Stringy is 18th, and of course he's got a 5-place grid penalty in his 18th. And Laggy is in 19th on the hard tire, car 40. Hold on to your hats, everyone. This is going to be a fantastic ride, isn't it? 34 laps to go around here. And how... oh, we got both runners just disappeared. Oh, there we are. Don't worry about that. Right then, here we go then. So yeah, hold on to your hats, everyone. I hope you got your beverages or whatever you want to get you through this race. I've got my 3-litre bottle of water, and probably another one in reserve as well if this goes epic. Right then, here we go. We're just waiting for the lights then, and we've got a yellow flag, but don't worry about that. That is just the standard start procedure on this game. And 5 sets of lights are on, and we are racing in Germany. Oh, we got a drive-through penalty already. I think it was Nigel and someone else had a drive-through penalty. I'm a bit laggy, and Dan Lieutenant's at the fantastic start. He takes the lead already. And so we've also had a couple of drive-throughs. Grillsy there has gone side by side, and everyone is through turn 1, I believe. And a fantastic start, very clean. Oh no, because Crazy Man's gone into the back of someone there, and there's also a Williams there that's getting very leggy as well. That's a Ferrari off in the background, wasn't it? Let's just take a quick look. Oh no, it's all right. We're all right. As Lieutenant leads, second is Dan. Favre is first. Look, it's all going off behind him now. Favre is in front for Grant. It's going to go on the inside down into the hairpin. Oh, what else? Where is that? Grills have gone right into the side of someone there. That is oh no, and that is appalling. I think Grillsy has gone to the side of Favre. I think he has, and he is now in the wall. I'm not sure if he misplaces misjudges braking point or what, but that is into the side of Grillsy, and he has now damaged his front wing. That is a big blow for Grillsy. Favre is Favre has been involved in some issues, and he has dropped right down. He got damaged. He has got damaged. Favre has. Laggy. Oh, that's Gunnar who's gone off the track as well into the stadium sector. He's damaged his front wing. We're going to have a lot of pit activity, I feel. Sam is up to 14. Fisher's on a fantastic start. He's up into 10th position already there. And I think Nigel is going to serve his drive-through penalty. I think Sam might have been the other driver to serve a drive-through penalty as well. Got a lot of pit activity, so Nigel is just driving through the pits then because of his drive-through penalty so far. Then Sam is also in drive-through as well. Got a yellow flag one because Laggy Racer is out of the race. And a safety car. We got a safety car. That's why. That's the Ferrari in the middle of the road then. So safety car is out there. Then oh dear, it's not gonna talk well for several drivers. And Favre is in the pits then. So is Grillsy in the pits as well. Grillsy went wild down into the hairpin there, didn't he? I'm not sure what happened there. If he had a problem there with the brake or what, but yeah, he went flying into the side there, didn't he? And now he's coming out of the pits now. So where's the Ferrari? Hopefully then the Ferrari has gone now. So we've got a safety car out then. And to be honest, I think that's good for us because then we can maintain. We can just have a quick look, see what's going on in this race. This has been an action-packed opening start. Laggy has left the session then, so Laggy is out of the race, and unfortunately he just got over the first lap then. So Lieutenant is leading. He got parted down. He had a fantastic start, didn't he, Lieutenant? Great launch there for the Renault driver. Unfortunately, the bit Crazy Hitman has got Crazy Hitman has been onto the back of the string, and he's got a 5-place grid penalty there for the Red Bull driver. And So 3 positions made up for Emerson. He's up in the 4th position, and he is because great stuff from Emerson. Then he's up to 4th position. Then and also we've all the other big movers. Then Fisher's up 6. Great stuff. Stringy up 6 as well. Into the pits. Silent Shifters in the pits. Also Crazy Hitman is in the pits as well. Yeah, so Fisher up 7 positions. He's had a great, both him and String have had a fantastic start in this race. Unfortunately, Farf is down 12, and so is Grillsy down 12 as well. As now you see, serving his drive for penalty. Then sorry, it's 5-second penalty here. Then so this is good news for Crazy. Then let's see what he can do. Then Crazy's had a very difficult start to this season, hasn't he? So hopefully he can turn it around in the Red Bull. But so Gunner's coming through, and Grillsy's also coming through as well. Then. Oh, excuse me, bit of man flu still coming on. Yeah, so we've got one Silent Shift and Farf, Gunner, Grillsy and Hitman have all been in the pits then. We've got Silent Shifting on the soft compound tyres at the moment then. So let's just take a so then wow, we had drive through penalties then for both Sam and Nigel. They're now 12th and 13th at the moment respectively. Fisher is up into 9th position. Great time there for Fisher. Knowles is avoid the chaos. He's second in the championship mode. He is in 10th position, so he's back in the points at the moment. However, he's a championship rival. Emerson is 4th. Granty is just in front of him in 3rd position moment, but in the Renault sandwich, the meat in the Renault sandwich is Dan Murphy, our pole sitter, had a fantastic pole position. He's never had a win in ALR, has he, Dan Murphy? So yeah, he would be eager to get that position back and and go for the win here. Of course, Luton, of course, won his first race back in Silverstone last time. Granty has got a race win to his name as well, back in Austria. So very, very interesting as well. Emerson, of course, had 3 victories. His last race came in Canada quite a while ago. It was a few races ago now, wasn't it? It's 3 or 4 races ago. Emerson, last time Emerson won. I didn't think I'd be saying that when he just burst on the scene. I was absolutely cracking a couple of races there. Laggy Racer is not too impressed with the game, I don't think. Unfortunately, he's I'm not sure what happened, if he got collected or what, but that is the reason that the safety car is out at the moment. And Silent Shifter is coming to the pits again. I'm wondering if this is tactical for Silent. Let's just take a look. The Williams mechanics are out in the pits. It is tactical. He is on the medium compound tire now. He doesn't have to stop again. Oh, Silent's got a problem. Is he out of the pits? He is out of the pits now. The Williams don't know why they was holding him up there, but Silent is now back out in 18th position then. Oh, lovely shot here with Dan Luton there. Look in the background, and we got Ferrari, we got Renault, we got Emerson, the championship leader, in 4th position. This is going fantastic. Don't discount Jonathan as well. He's in 5th position. He's well up the field, isn't he? Jonathan is. Remember, he's a race winner as well. So in the top 5 positions, we have got 4 former race. What? The top 6 positions, we got 5 former race winners, haven't we? Incredible, isn't it? The talent pool in ALR at the moment. Brilliant stuff indeed. And so when is the safety car going to come in? So this is a rolling start then. So if you've watched American races before, then you will know what a rolling start is. It's so they ain't gonna form back on the grid, unfortunately. Fortunate for these guys, unfortunately for us, the viewers, because that would have been we would have loved to have another restart there. So the lights are still on the safety car, but they're not now. They're off. How is Lieutenant going to control the safety car restart in the Renault? He is going for 2 wins out of 2. 2 wins in 2 weeks there for Lieutenant there in the Renault. And yeah, he's I must admit, in Silverstone, he controlled absolutely perfectly as well. Here we go then. So Lieutenant is just about then to get going. Lovely shot here from Murphy's car. He doesn't want to get jumped, does he? He wants to stick on the back end of that car, but he cannot go into the. He doesn't want to be going into the back of anyone, does he? You get penalties if you go into the back of a severe collision then. And now we're back racing now, and we are back racing now. We're just watching Grant then. So then coming through then to complete lap 4 on lap 5 then. Lieutenant leads. 2nd position then is Murphy. 3rd position is Granty. Emerson is 4th. Jonathan Cox in 5th. Fireshot's in 6th position then, as they all navigate through turn 1, do they? They do indeed. Good stuff, Ben. but Murphy is all over that. Crazy Hitman has got a free take. Oh, Emerson's gone into the back of Granty. That is damage. That is damage on the Haas car. Oh no, Emerson has gone into the back of Granty. It's a championship rival. He has damaged his car. Nigel's in front of Stringy. Look in the background there. We've got Jonathan Cox. He's going to go on the inside then. Emerson is. But how is that damage going to cause him any issues? And Emerson is diving down the inside. And Granty will have the momentum then coming out of the hairpin. And Fisher has dropped down to 10th then. And there's all sorts going on in the background there. But we're going to keep an eye on this barrier. Wow, there is side by side. And look at this lovely aerial shot here then between, as Farf has got a 3-second penalty there. I think there might be a bit of frustration on Farf worst part there, and now is Granty there. Oh, look at that! And now Emerson's going to drop behind Jonathan Cox because Jonathan Cox is through as well, or is he? No, because Emerson's got the inside line. Emerson's got the inside line, but Jonathan has got the inside line into the Sachs curve, and he is up into 4th position. Emerson's going to be held out to dry there, isn't he? I think he's damaged his front wing. I'm sure he has, and that's going to cause him all sorts of issues. Emerson is he gonna? He's carrying on. Emerson is. He's going to have a lot of understeer then coming through then to complete lap 5 then. Wow, incredible start here in the German Grand Prix. And at the moment, currently, he is still leading the championship, isn't he? Because he's got an 11-point swing. Nigel is in trouble. Oh my gosh, that's a huge accident. Crazy Hitman's out, Gunar's out, and Nigel's out as well. That is a followed smash, and I'm surprised that's not a safety car. Oh dear, Gunnar is out. I'm not sure what happened there, but Gunnar and Nigel and Nigel, Gunnar and Crazy Hitman are all out of this race. Yellow flags in sector 1 from the crash. Straight up the inside of Farf. Farf is going to go on the outside. He's going to hang about to dry, is he? With the wrong board there with String. Now we're watching Farf, and they're going to go side by side. And I think String has got the racing. He's got the racing on the outside. Farf is down to his front wing. And wow, incredible stuff here at the and I think there might be a bit of discussion going on between Gunnar and Nigel there. And I wonder if they came to blows there in the in turn 1 there, because that was a big old smash, wasn't it? What a shame there. What a shame indeed. Crazy Hitman out of the race, and a big blow there for the Red Bull driver. Just look at this, and they're all Lionel Stern, aren't they? It's a big old queue, isn't it? And as DRS has now been enabled, but look at this, the 2 Haas's are now going to come into combat here. Emerson's now dropping away from Jonathan Cox. Jonathan Cox on a cracking old race there, isn't he? And into the pits comes Farf again. So Farf is having a very difficult couple of races there, isn't he? It's I'm not sure if we need to go back over the footage there before judging about what happened with Farf there, but I know Nigel's just confirmed that someone has hit him at the back, which caused him to spin, which also caused a major incident there. So Nigel is also out of the race as well. So there's a lot of disputes going on at the moment. Now Farshot is going to dive on the inside, is he? And there's everything given plenty of room there. Look in the background, and there's XR. And also there's Nosey as well. As we've got a good old battle between Sam and Simon Shifton in the battle for 13th position at the moment. And we've also got Renzo defending very hard over Nosey at the moment. And you can see that looking at the 2 Haas drivers side, I think there's no team orders at the moment, is there, in the Haas team? Of course, Emerson is fighting for the championship, isn't he? And you can see he's not letting his teammate through. Look at Fisher up into 10th position, Nosey in 9th as well. Exile and Renzo 7th and 8th position as well. And this is cracking, isn't it? 2 seconds the gap is down between themselves. In Jonathan Cox is now starting to gain on Grant as well. That is the battle for the podium position. There they are in the foreground. Lieutenant is just pulling away there. Fisher there is pulled out from behind of I think he's having a go, isn't he? He is having a go. He's in front of Nosey, and Fisher's up into 9th position. 3-second penalty there for Stringy at the moment, who is just behind as well. Grillsy there is now come back from the field as well. On board with Grillsy at the moment. And then there's oh, look at this, and they're all over the back range. Farshot is going to go. He's going to have DRS in, so he will have, of course, the rear wing will open. Jonathan Cox is now very close into the back of Grant as well. So now coming down to there. But oh, and Emerson there. Nigel's left for session. Emerson there pulled across, but I think about a bit of day late and a dollar short there. But he's still hanging on the outside. That's what it. Look. Oh, incredible overtake there from Exo. He is up into 5th position. Fantastic race, and Emerson is still battling, and Farshot has done a great job. And now he is still in. No, Emerson's done a cracking job as well. He is still in 6th position. How about that? That is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? That really is. Immense stuff from Emerson. Great driving from all those guys there. XR swooped in really, didn't he? And absolutely did a fantastic job of taking. He basically mugged both of these guys, didn't he? And if they were battling over the same piece of tarmac, and Emerson, they're really struggling, isn't he? He's trying to get to a sensible point in the race, isn't he, to repair that front wing. Unfortunately, we're only on lap 9 out of 34. He's on the hard compound tyre. And Fire's got a 3-second penalty, and now Renzo is now also coming up behind there as well. We've got Fisher in the background there. Oh, and also we got Nosey in 10th position as well. And Grillsy is just swooped by and up. Is he? No, yeah, because String is back through. And now they're also battling. Whoa, what's that? I think it's Renzo. I thought it was Renzo off. Renzo is off, and he's out of the race. He's out of the race, and I think he's gone off. Yeah, where's he gone off? I think he's gone off just for the DRS zone. And now, as Silent Shifting has gone on the inside of Grills, these two are also side by side. Emerson and oh my gosh, Fisher was almost on the inside there, and Emerson's going to have a look. He's going to have a look. There's contact. There's contact for 3-second penalty as well. But Farshot is up into 6th position, and Emerson has dropped down to 7th now, and Fisher is in 8th position, and also in the background, I think Grillsy and Silence are still battling for the final point in this incredible race. Renzo's out of the race. Nigel, Crazy, Gooner and Lagnier are all out of the race as well then in this well, it's been an action-packed race, hasn't it? Incredible stuff. And now Farshot, can he he's going to be, now he's, can he how much pace he's got? That's going to be the question there in the moment, because Murphy, Granty is up into 2nd position. I missed that. That must have been a while ago, because Granty is now up into 2nd position. Got Renault 1-2 here, incredible. And Murphy is 3rd, John Cox is 4th, Vexel 5th, Farshot in 6th position, and 7th position is Emerson, 8th position is Fisher, who's just making a couple of momentum. Silent Shifting's got a penalty there as well. It's very, very close, isn't it? Up and down the field, and Fisher's now gone through and up into 7th position, or has he? Yes, Emerson has dropped down to 8th now. The championship leader, this is a nightmare for the championship leader, isn't it? Now he's got the man who is closest to him in the championship. Nosey, he's in 9th position, and Grillsy is in 10th position as well then, at the moment, in the Alfa Romeo, and he's just coming up from alongside him at the moment, and he's still battling 10th position. Incredible. Nosey there just cutting for the corner, but Grills is really interested there. Renzo's left session. Grills is really on the pace, isn't he, at the moment in this German Grand Prix? He's loving life at the moment in that Alfa Romeo. Fantastic. And you can see then, so Fisher is now in the 7th position then. Of course, Fisher so far in his ALR career has had first lap incidents, or he's had to unfortunately start from the back of the field then, but now he's in some clear air. Let's see what the Mercedes driver can do then. Of course, this is his first race as a full-time driver, and he's done an absolutely fantastic job out there. Really has. He's got another 3-second penalty because he is 2nd in the championship, isn't he? But Emerson, this is going to be very narrow part of the track, isn't he? And he's trying to go on the outside, but Emerson, and he's gone wide there, and that's going to allow Grillsy through, and that's allowed Grillsy through. Grillsy is up into him, or is he? Oh no, they're going to be side by side then. They both have DRS because of Emerson in the foreground. Look at this, we got 4 cars battling away for 8th position, and who is going to get where? Look, Emerson there, Emerson then is still up the inside. Grillsy is on the inside as well, but Nosey, where's he going to go? Oh, fair contact there from Nosey and Grillsy. Grillsy is up into 8th position. Fantastic. Grillsy is up into 8th position. Where is Nosey? He is still in 9th position. 10th position. But he's on the outside. Nosey's on the outside. No, he's gone wide, and that's going to allow Silence shifting through as well. And Grillsy is now up to 8th position. Silence is now up into 10th. Nosey has dropped down to 11th. He is out of the points at the moment. Nosey is at the moment, as Emerson there is really fighting on with that wing damage at the moment, isn't he? Yeah, he really is. He's struggling out there. The question is, what he's going to have to try and get it to a decent, well, to a sensible lap, really, isn't he? Before thinking about going on to the medium tyre, isn't he? Because how long is the medium tyre going to last? Remember, this is the first dry run these guys have had, apart from practice, obviously, and which they've done in their own time. But this, Fisher's got a 3-second penalty to that. We'll come back to haunt him later on. And the Silent Shifting has gone very wide there. Emerson again. I was going to start to defend again. He's as that Silent Shifting is going to dive down the inside, is he? Where is he? He's in the 10th position because Emerson is still going to, but Nosey's going to sneak through as well. Nosey's going to sneak through as well. This is fantastic racing, isn't it? And look at this. Oh, Emerson, look at this. And so we've also got Exile and Farshot. We've also got Murphy and Granty also battling away as well. We've got 3 abreast then going down into the hairpin. And look, we've got Emerson. He's going to get sandwiched, is he? We're on board. Oh, no. I know. And Emerson there, it was getting too close to call there, wasn't it? And Silence is, it got a bit too heated there, didn't it? And Nosey, oh my gosh, that's a huge accident, and now Stringy is out of the German Grand Prix. That's his first DNF, and what a shame. McLaren have had a very awful day. That is a huge accident there from Stringy, and how is that not a safety car? That's a big blow for the McLaren driver. And that's Silent, who's off the track as well. It's all gone pear-shaped, hasn't it, here in the German Grand Prix? Oh, Simon's now into 11th position. Fantastic driving from Sam. And now we're just rejoining the battle here. Is a yellow flag in 2-3. Silent Shifting is out of the race. We're down to 12 runners in this race. It's been epic, hasn't it? Now the gap at the front then is 4 seconds. Nosey is out. Nosey is out of the race. Where's he gone? I think he's coming to the pits to retire, has he? No, he hasn't. He's actually lost it. He has lost it in the exit of turn 2 there. Nosey is out of the race as well. We are down to 11 runners. And Nosey, of course, is one of the championship protagonists, and he is out of this race. As Exile is battling with Fireshot. Fireshot is now with the 5th position then. Wow, incredible stuff. There it is, and there's Fisher in the background there as well. Emerson is 3 seconds away from Grillsy. It was 2 seconds away from this battle here between Fisher and Exile as well. Grillsy's got a 3-second penalty at the moment. Lieutenant at the moment has now got a 4.3 second lead over Dan Murphy. He was doing a cracking job. Him and Grant are on a great battle. Unfortunately, they've been overshadowed by all the battling on behind so far. It's been absolutely oh no! Dan Murphy has gone on the grass and he's in the pits. He's in the pits. Is that a problem for Dan? I'm wondering what's happened to Dan then. So you've seen him there just coming into the pits. It can't be strategy. Oh no! He is out of the race. Murphy is out of the race. What's going on with Dan Murphy? That is a big blow. That is one of the lead drivers that have gone. Oh my gosh. And Dan has left the session now. I'm not sure what's going on there, but Dan has left the session in the Ferrari, and that is a big blow for the poles there. He is out of the race. Incredible stuff. And look now, Farf's all over the back of Sam. Sam is going to go for his second point in 2 races. That's fantastic driving from Sam. Jonathan Cox is through and up into no yet because Granty is now back up in the second one because unfortunately Dan has removed himself from this battle. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not really sure what happened there. It's all gone crazy in this race. We're down to 10 cars out of 19 to start, and we have got 20 laps to go still. We ain't even at half distance yet. And Jonathan's gone very wide there. Farf is battling with Sam at the moment. Sam is really, of course, Sam very new to league racing. He's doing a fantastic job, isn't he? Battling one of the best drivers in the world at the moment. And Farf, of course, is having a very difficult race at the moment. The Red Bull driver is not giving up. He needs to get some points on the board. And Emerson is also having a difficult race as well. So this is a good opportunity for one of the and he almost tapped. I think he did tap Sam there. And back on board then. Look at him. He's all over the back. He's going into the stadium section now. And he is through, and Sam there is he's trying to come back at him. Sam is looking at it, also trying to adjust the sensor steering. Oh, Farf is oh no! Oh, and they come together with Sam, and luckily Farf just about got away with it. Oh my gosh, incredible scenes out here in the German Grand Prix so far. Jonathan Cox then is just dropping down the is in third position at the moment. Oh my gosh. Really been absolutely intense out there. Incredible stuff. So then, at the moment, it's 5 seconds gap between Dan Luton, who's fitting in for Wishbone tonight, and Granty Boy, who's second. Renault, who's going to go for 1-2 at the moment. Jonathan is now all over the back of Granty. Jonathan has got some form, hasn't he? The British-Italian driver in third position. In fourth position is Farshot, done a good job there. Fisher's done a cracking job, hasn't he? He's up in the 5th position in the Mercedes. Brilliant stuff. 6th position is XR at the moment in the Toro Rosso. Grillsy 7th. Brilliant driving from Grillsy as well. 8th position is Emerson. He's got issues, hasn't he, with the wing, but do not count him out yet. He's doing a great job. Farf is 12 seconds behind his championship rival, and 10th position is Sam Lord. Crazy Man's left for session as well. Oh, and also in the pits then. So Lieutenant has rolled the dice. He's in the pits. There's a 3-second penalty for Jonathan. So where's he going to come out? Is he going? Where's the? He is going to be out behind Grillsy, I think. As Knowlesy as I put in the comments, that was fun. Emerson is now in 8th position at the moment, and he is as Knowlesy also confirmed that he's got wing damage. This is the battle for the lead then between Jonathan Cox and Granty. And if Knowlesy wants to come into the party, send me a send me a sign. Of course, so we like to hear from Knowles as well. Of course, he is one of the championship leaders, but unfortunately he is out of the race. So we like to see what. Of course, he lost it in turn 1 there, but he had a good old battle. He had good old scraps up and down the field. Then Granty leads. Second is Knowlesy. Second is Jonathan Cox. Oh, he's got wide Granty. He has under an awful lot of pressure, isn't he, in the Renault? And he is an awful. Yeah, he's under an awful lot of pressure at the moment, isn't he? Granty is over. Jonathan Cox there is currently second. He's got the pit between his teeth. I think far shots in for Fisher doing a great job in 4th position. We've got to keep an eye on Dan Luton, and of course he is coming in the pits. And of course, and also in the pits there's Farshot. So Farshot's in the pits around. Remember, you have to slow down to that 80km/h speed limit. So he's in the pits. Fisher's in the pits. Exil's in the pits. They're all in the pits. So we got a pit stop race here. Here comes the Haas mechanics and out in the pits. And how is now what's they going to they're in and out, shaking all about. It's brilliant stuff then, and he is now, so great stuff into the pit stops. It's just this sub 3 seconds. It's incredible, isn't it? Exile out in 7th position. Fisher's had an appalling stop. He's dropped down to 8th position, and he's an awful long way behind. Farfus has come out in front as well. Farfus on 10 lap medium tyres. I think he'll have to pit again. And also in the pits is Sam as well. And his Mercedes mechanics are not ready. Oh no, they're not ready. They're all scrubbing around. The Mercedes mechanics not ready. Now they get to work, but that has lost him an awful lot of time when he's out as well. Granty and Jonathan are battling away still. Jonathan is still in DRS range at the moment. We're coming up to half distance in what has been an absolutely epic German Grand Prix, hasn't it? It's been action everywhere. It really, really has. It's been pretty difficult race to keep up with, I must say. As I think there might be some fallout from this race, though. So it's been a bit interesting at times, hasn't it? It's coming up to lap 18 out of 34 then. And so Granty leads, but he hasn't stopped yet. Jonathan is second, he hasn't stopped yet. Grillsy is third. Brilliant drive from Grillsy. He has stopped, but I think he will need to come in again. Lieutenant, who was leading this race, is in 4th position at the moment, and he is now gaining on Grillsy as third. Emerson is 5th. As Nosey said in the comments, he is struggling with a yellow wing damage, isn't he? Emerson is, which is why he's struggling for pace. But when he comes in, I'm wondering if he might have well, he's going to mess up the strategy would have come in the pits now, wouldn't it? It's very difficult to balance, isn't it? But Emerson, the championship leader, is down in 5th position at the moment, and he hasn't stopped either. So this could, this might become very difficult. This has been a very difficult race for Emerson, but he's still in it. He's guaranteed points from this point onwards, unless of course he leaves the session and his car ghosts. Fireshot is in 6th position. And he has stopped, and XR is 7th. We got Sam is off at the final turn there. He's come back on now, but that's a huge amount of damage on the Mercedes, and he is going to have to. Yeah, he's got to do a whole lap with no wing there. Sam hasn't, but you can see, look at all the debris at turn 1 there. So as you can see, then battle at the front then is this has been a very fraught battle, hasn't it? Incredible stuff. Let's take a look at the let's take a quick look at the position change at the moment. Granty up 2, 3 for Jonathan, 3 for Grillsy. Dan is down 2, but remember he's stopped. Grillsy's in the pits, so Grillsy's in the pits. Up 2 is Emerson. Fireshot is up 3. Down 4 is Farf. He's had a difficult day. Farf is 7 for. Both Mercedes have gone up 7 positions. Then they have had a absolutely they've had a good race to stay out of trouble. Fisher's now all over the back of Farf. Is now battling now as Emerson, the championship leader, is also the pit stop. There's Grills coming out of the pit stop now, and look at this, is Grills coming out. Emerson's in the pits. He's out now. Those medium tyres, are they going to be able to get to the end on that? That's going to be interesting, isn't it, for Emerson? But he's in on the pits now. Good. Now we got a good old battle here between the Fisher and Farf, as DRS is available. Exile is just a second up the road as well, so Farf has done 12 laps on those medium tyres. Fisher's just stopped, so he is going to go on the outside line. So Fisher, the Mercedes driver, on the outside. Farf is on the inside. Farf has gone deep. He's gone deep. He's done a great job there. Oh, look at that! And he parks himself on the exit there. So Farf is just slammed the door shut, hasn't he? Remember, Grillsy in the background as well is on the medium tyres. He has only done a few laps. Granty is behind. Oh no, there's contact. There's been contact with Jonathan Cox and Granty. And Jonathan is, I'm not sure if there's been contact or not, but I think, I've just seen it when they first come on, and they looked that they were together, so I'm wondering if Granty must have made a mistake, or was there actual contact. I'm not sure. Anyway, the wing damage is, the wing has come off, and Granty's come on. This is a big blow for Granty. This is not ideal at all for the Renault driver, who is second at the moment, and this has allowed Fireshot to go for as well. The Renault mechanics are not letting him go. What's going on here? Now they're letting him go. Exile's 4th. As now Granty's dropped down to 5th position. Von Board then. Now this is all going off from then, isn't it? Sam's AI. No way. And Sam's AI has cost Granty some. Oh, that is a big blow. I apologise, Jonathan Cox. I just seen him on the same piece of tarmac, and I thought they were both trying to come in the pits at the same time. And now Fisher now is now coming on the inside there. He's coming on the inside. He is through now as far, and you can see then he's covering the inside. Then in the background there is Grills as well. Who and now look at this. He's just pulled him. He's just pulled him out on the outside there. Grills is going to go on the inside, is he? He's got to have a look on the inside of Fisher. Look at this great onboard shot here. And Farfair is just oh, Fisher's gone very wide in the Mercedes, hasn't he? He's allowed Grillsy back in. And oh no! Oh no! Oh, and that's a contact there in Fisher. And oh, that's a Fisher and Grillsy have come together. And now Fisher there is just trying to get himself back on the track. He's dropped down to 8th position, just in front of Sam. And yeah, so Fisher, has he got damage? I don't think he's got damage. He might go away with that, so it could have been a lot worse than in this stage of the race then. What a shame though for Granty. He was really in it to win it, wasn't he? And now unfortunately a lot of drivers have fallen by the wayside today. It has been very, very difficult for a lot of drivers at the moment. Boy, Grills at the moment, and he's up in the 5th, and so good stuff from Grills. He's survived. XR 4th, brilliant stuff. Farshot in 3rd, Lieutenant is 2nd, Emerson is now, as Fisher has come in the pits, he's on the soft tyres, so he's going to go for fastest lap. I don't think the soft tyres are going to get him to the end from there though. Emerson is now 8th position. Granty is again gaining on Farfen. As Farf is now going to have to defend against another one of another driver, because he was having a good battle with Fisher and Grillsy. Now he's having a battle with Granty. Remember, these two are battling for the championship as well. And then Farf is having a bit of a bad run of form at the moment, isn't he? In the championship, and Granty there, he's trying to once again, and now he's gone up the inside there. He's through, and that was very, very assertive there from Granty. No messing about, and he is now up into 6th position. Remember, Farf is on an alternative strategy. He's done 14 laps on the medium tyres. Jonathan Cox leads, but the gap is down to 8.6 seconds. Jonathan Cox hasn't led a race for a very, very long time. Of course, he's been struggling with form, hasn't he? But he seems to have all of a sudden got himself back into it. Well, he has been struggling with form in ALR, but today he is looking phenomenal, isn't he? Jonathan Cox, he's done a great old job, really battled for it, qualified well, looked good in the wet, and now he's on it now as well. Granty just set the fast lap of the race on the 14.1. He will get that extra point as it stands at the moment. Of course, Granty has got a few fastest laps already to his name, hasn't he? I think he's got 3, hasn't he? He has got 3 indeed. Yeah, Granty has got 3 fast laps at the moment. Of course, he had 3 fast laps in 3 consecutive races. I think it was China, Azerbaijan, and Spain. Now he is now hunted down. Grillsy for 5th position. The closest battle on track, I think it will be them. Will it? Because I think actually XR is going to be under a bit of pressure from Grillsy. Of course, XR's on the hard tyres. The front 4 are on hard tyres. Then we've got Grillsy on the medium tyres. We've got Granty on the medium. We've got Farf on the medium. Emerson on the medium as well. He's 8 seconds away from Farf. And again, the championship rivals. Knows he ain't going to score at all. Emerson is only on 4 points at the moment. Farf is only on 6. Granty is on 9 points at the moment. So again, it's the front runners are not scoring many points. Murphy, who was 5th position, is out of this race. He was running 2nd. It all went a bit pear-shaped for Murphy in the Ferrari, unfortunately. And also Knowlesy as well, who was 2nd in the championship. He'll be very lucky if he is still 2nd, but Knowlesy also out of the race as well. And of course, a lot of also Nigel, who I think was 7th in the championship, is also out of the race as well. Jonathan Cox is the highest placed championship runner, isn't he, in 6th position, and he's leading this race mode. But Lucian is really homing in on him. He has got 11 laps to go. Jonathan Cox has. I wonder what tyres he's going to go on. Is he going to go on the soft tyres? Farf is in the pits, and he is on the soft tyre, so Farf is in and out. Fisher is now coming. It's going to be close. I think Fisher might be behind. He's done a fast lap race, Fisher has, so he is still on the fast lap from Granty. And he's going to go very wide there. No, it's going to be very close. They come on the pits. Look at them, side by side going into turn 2. Where is Farf? Farf is here. Oh, he's got into him. I don't think that's damaged the front wing, no. So Farf is alright. He's slowing it down just about. And he's got momentum, hasn't he? Wow. He's got momentum. Fisher has got the look at that. Farf is flown by, hasn't he, Fisher? That is Farf is really really wanting to get by as quickly as possible. Emerson is 8 seconds up the road at the moment. As Fisher now almost going into the back of him there. And Farf is now in 8th position. His championship rival is not far away now, is he? Well, he's 8 seconds down the road. Emerson's 11 seconds going Grant as well, also his championship rival as it stands. Grills is doing a good job in 5th position, as I keep saying. He's done a great, cracking job, hasn't he? It's going to be a good old battle in Exile, Grillsy and Granty 4th, 5th and 6th moment. Farshot is on the podium. He's done a great recovery drive. Farshot has in the half, so he's in 3rd position. Dan Lieutenant is 2nd at the moment, but he is going for 2 wins on the trot, isn't he? He had a win here last weekend for McLaren, and now for Renault as well. And Renault are on the ascendancy, aren't they? In the constructors, really are. And I think they're the only constructor apart from Haas Oh, and Mercedes as well. So, well, I think the Renault are looking the best placed team at the moment, aren't they? I was going to say the unconstructors, but I just had a quick look, and that's completely not the case. Oh, and look at this. Grills going on the outside of XR, and he is up into 4th position now. Grills, yes. Can XR come back at him? Then it's a accelerate out of the hairpin now. Look in the background, there's Granty as well. This is the close battle on track at the moment. We're on lap 24. When is Jonathan going to blink? When is he going to come in the pits? And he is going to be mightily quick. Where is he going to come out? I think he'll come out around this battle here. Very, maybe a bit further beyond in this. He might be coming up behind Granty as XR then it's on hard common tires. So this might come back to him there. Jonathan is in the pits now. So Jonathan is in the pits now. Then, as you can see, they come over the curbs there here in the stadium section. So where is Jonathan going to come out? Grills, he could be on the podium here in Germany. It's been an absolutely crazy race in Germany. Look at Granty there. Jonathan's out in second. Jonathan's out in second position. Oh, it's completely wrong, which is nothing unusual. But Jonathan is out in second. He's had a phenomenal race, an absolutely phenomenal race from the Racing Point driver. Now he's on soft tyres. He is 10.4 seconds away from Luton. Has he got enough time? Well, he's got to gain well over a second a lap, but he is going to. It's going to be very interesting to see what he can do there from Jonathan. So yeah, Jonathan has really spiced it up, hasn't he, in this race? So Luton hasn't got it all his own way yet. Favre's got a 3-second penalty there in the background. He is trying to home in on Emerson. He is homing in on Emerson, hand over fist at the moment. So yeah, keeping on the battle for the lead. Then I don't think it's all over yet, is it? Oh, so we've only got 10 cars left. Well done to Sam then. So he's going to get some points in his second point in his second consecutive races there for Sam for the Mercedes driver. So now he is starting to really rack him up. Nicely done there for Sam. Fisher in 9th position. He was so much harder than that, wasn't he? And unfortunately he came together with Grills there and cost him, and unfortunately he's now dropped down for Granty. He's got a 3-second penalty as well. Farfus had a very difficult race, hasn't he? I'm not sure what happened on the first lap, really. We'll have to really review that. But in the hairpin, it got very messy indeed. We just saw an Alfa Romeo careering. I wonder if Grills, he had a bit of contact, which means he was out of control going into the hairpin, and unfortunately caught Farf. It got very messy in the hairpin, didn't it? But that's Farf in 8th position at the moment. We have also in the 7th position is Emerson. Emerson damaged his front wing, didn't he, on the berm? So he has really struggled with front wing issues, hasn't he, since the get-go, really. But he's in 7th position now. Emerson is. 6th position is Granty, who is battling. He is battling with XR, and he needs as many points as he can now, doesn't he? He is up the inside. He is through. He is past XR, and he is now up into 5th position. Jonathan is down to 8.2 seconds, and already it's a battle for. This is going to get very tasty indeed in the last 8 laps. Has he got enough time? He needs to gain well over 8 seconds. He needs to. Can he put Lieutenant under pressure? Lieutenant is a very well. This is Lieutenant's second race, and he's once again at the top of the field, isn't it? This is going to be pressure, isn't it, for Lieutenant and the Renault driver? Let's see what he can do now. So Granty is in 5th position and doing a good recovery drive. Granty is, of course, he damages his front wing on the back of Sam's car. I think it was Sam's AI car. So that's a big blow for Granty, isn't it? Otherwise, he'll be in that battle as well for the lead, I think. So yeah, what a shame there from Granty. He's had two races in a row where it's been a bit unlucky. Oh, Jonathan's got a 3-second penalty. I might come back to Hornswell. I don't think Lieutenant's got a penalty. Grills in 4th position on his comeback drive. He's done a great job, hasn't he, Grills? He's been involved in a lot of scurfs, hasn't he? And he's done a cracking job to come out on the other side. He's in 4th position at the moment in the Alfa Romeo, and then 4 seconds down the road is Farshot. I'm wondering if Granty. I think that Farshot might be too far away for Granty, but Farshot will. That'll be good. That's a good drive from Farshot. He's only been on the podium once, I think, in his career. Farshot has, yeah, of course, that brilliant win in France. Oh, Grills has gone wide. Grills has gone wide, and this has opened the door for Granty. Oh, and Granty there as I'm not sure. I don't think they come together, did they? But yeah, I think there's a bit of a. Now it's Grills. He's got to go on the inside. He sides his way through. What does he? Let's have a look. He's still side by side. This is getting very tasty indeed. Isn't it? Look, he's got to go on the outside. Where is he? There he is. Oh my God! It's going. There's a concrete wall there, Granty. Oh my gosh! And he's still. They're still sort of aside going into the stadium section there. Blimey! Oh, lovely shot here of the rear of the diffuser of Grills' car, and this is the go fight button. This has allowed XR to come back in as well. And the gap is down to 6.6 seconds with Jonathan Cox and Lieutenant then. Oh, and Grills has got one off the try there. He's going to lose momentum, and DRS available for Granty. He's going to go on the inside, going into turn 1, is he? He is through. He is through. Oh no, but no, Grillsy is stuck along the outside, hasn't he? He's not giving up there, Grillsy. But now they're going to go into turn 2. And Granty is through and up into 5th position. As but I don't think. Look at this. They're getting very wobbly there. I think that Grillsy is now. He's got DRS. Hasn't he? He's back through. He's back up in the 4th position as Granty's now dropped. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. So you can see, he's taking a much acuter angle there. Almost used all the track there. Now he's trying to defend now because Exile has now also got a good old spring off the hairpin there, and he is now up into 5th position. Is he? He is up into 5th position. But where's Granty? Granty is. There's an open door there, but Exile has done a good job. He's back up in the 5th position. Exile is. Wow, this is not Granty's dropped back down to 6 now, and of course at the moment he is only 2 points. He's only gained 2 points more than Emerson today, and Emerson's had a very difficult race, hasn't he? Farf is now gaining on Emerson as well in the battle for 7th and 8th position. And I tell you what, the form book's been turned on its head in the last 2 races, hasn't it? It's been incredible. It really has. And so we've had a lot of retirements. I think it's the most retirements we've had in the whole season, if I'm not very much mistaken. Maybe Monaco and Azerbaijan, but no, I think Azerbaijan we had a great. Oh, and Granty there getting very correcting the slide there. He was getting a bit I was getting a bit worried there. I thought he was going to be in the hedge. And Exile at the moment then is currently on the hard tire, so this is where the hard tire might start to come back into play now for Exile, because Exile's best race was back in Austria, 3rd position in Austria, wasn't it? And today he's doing an equally good job, isn't he? And he's having a good old scrap here, isn't he? And then, oh, very, very close. Look at the closing speeds on the back of that Alfa Romeo. Oh, he's gone wide, and is that going to allow Granty in? And might allow Granty in. Fisher's done a fast up the race as he's stolen away from I can't remember who is it, the fastest. Look at the figure, and flying one. Fisher's out of the race. Fisher is out of the race. He's gone. And we'll come back to that in a minute. Fisher is out of the race. So the Mercedes driver then got fast enough, and I think he's gone to the wall in turn 1, I think. And that is a big, big blow for Fisher tonight. And that, to be honest, he's had a very difficult race, hasn't he? Just taking a look to see where it is. Oh, it's right in the middle of the track there. It's right in the middle of the track. Fisher's car is disappeared now, but Lieutenant really had to get on his toes. Granty Boy is up into 5th now, and he has now got DRS on lap 30. 5.3 seconds to go between Jonathan Cox and Lieutenant. I think Lieutenant looks comfortable there. It's going to be 2 wins out of 2 for Lieutenant. He is a strong driver, isn't he? Indeed, fantastic stuff. Really, I think he's really caught the eye, hasn't he, of some of the drivers here tonight. But he's done. He started on the 2nd round of the grid. Unfortunately, our pole sitter is out of the race of Murphy. We really caught the end of that there. Jonathan Cox has done a cracking job as well in 2nd position, hasn't he? He's really fought, hasn't he? He fought from 5th or 6th position on the grid. I think it was 5th, and he's got himself with the 3rd position. Fireshot is 3rd. Grillsy has had an action-packed race, hasn't he, in 4th position. Granty 5th, Exile 6th, Emerson is 7th. Farf is in 8th position. He has gone into the pits then, and he's gone on soft tires again. Farf is still in the points, and that's kind of what he needed, really, isn't it? Fisher is 9th, and he's left the session now, so Fisher I'm very disappointed with tonight, unfortunately. And 10th position is Sam, so Sam is now going to pick up some more points then in this in this race. So two races now, 2 points. Good stuff from Sam there. So yeah, he's just improving every week now, Sam, isn't he? The gap at the front is now starting to equal itself out then between Dan and Jonathan. So on one of those soft tires to pass our best now. Well, Farf is coming for a new set of soft tires, but he's now 19 seconds away from Emerson as we're now coming into the closing stages of this German Grand Prix. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's been absolutely immense stuff here tonight. It's been action-packed. You can see a bit of Red Bull wig there. You can see the foreground now. I think that might have been off Crazy's car when that big old smash between Nigel and Stringy's also left the session as well. Very difficult time. This is the first time Stringy will be finishing outside the points in his ALR career. And now then, as you can see then, as now, Grillsy there just getting a bit of a shove over. Granty up the inside. He is going to go through and up into 4th position then. Is Grillsy going to do the switch back there? We're on board Grillsy then. And you can see Granty does have track position, but is Grillsy going to come back at him? No, not quite. He's going to have a look. No, and I think now then Granty is. Grillsy's got a 3-second penalty. Penalties might come into play in this. I don't think Lieutenant's got a penalty on. Definitely Jonathan has. So also penalties might come into play as well then into the final stages of the race. Can Granty has got a 4-second deficit over Farshot. I think that might be too much of an ask there for Granty, but he's having a 4th then, and he needed a bit of daylight, didn't he, between himself and Emerson in terms of positions here today. So Granty, as it stands, will be on 12 points, which means I think he would now move up into 2nd in the championship then. So Granty will now move up to 2nd in the championship then. So as it stands at the moment, that's a very rough guess, by the way. I think it's been a bit of bad old day for Knowles, who was second in the championship, but he was fighting in the midfield, wasn't he? And it just didn't come together, did it? A lot of it's been a bad old day for a lot of drivers out there, so it's going to be interesting the fallout from this race. Grilsey is still in DRS zone at the moment, but I think he's a bit too far back. Exile is dropping back away now as well, but for the Exile might be he's on hard tires, so I wonder if those tires should be in a better shape than the medium tires at this stage. As we're now coming into the final stage of this incredible German Grand Prix here today. 32 out of 34. This man Lutonen has once again shown some real pace in his car. And today, yes, last week he was in the McLaren. Today he's in the Renault, and once again, and this is going to be a good pot of points for the Renault team, isn't it? This, as it stands, I think they will overhaul Toro Rosso in the constructors. So yeah, very good, very good day for the Renault drivers. For the Renault drivers, indeed, isn't it? Lutzstein has done a really good job today, hasn't he? He's really, I think he, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really has been today. But who's the driver of the day today? That's going to be the question, really. I'm not really too sure. I think that man in the background is definitely going to be in the conversation, isn't he? I think Jonathan's had a fantastic race today, outstanding stuff. Retirements then. Unfortunately, we lost Laggy quite early on. Then we had a big old smash between Gunnar, Hitman, and Nigel. Big old smash. That was Renzo out of the race as well. That was just for the DRS zone down the back straight. We lost Stringy there. It was a big old smash, wasn't it? There was contact, and Stringy went flying off out of turn 6, I think it was. Also Silent out of the race as well after a difficult day. Knowlesy, same with him. He unfortunately hit it in turn 1. Dan out of the race, he parked it after, I'm not sure if he comes together or what, but he did park it when he was battling for second. So I'm wondering if there was a different factor for him leaving today. I possibly think there is, because I don't think Dan would have given up that easily in the Ferrari. Of course, he was a pole sitter as well. And Fisher, unfortunately, set the fast lap and then went flying off into the wall. That is the summary of the race. Then we're on the final lap then of the German Grand Prix. Lutonen is going to go for 2 wins in 3 races in ALR. That is incredible stuff, isn't it? Really is. That's a very impressive start to his career, isn't it? Jonathan Cox there on the podium. He hasn't been on the podium for a long time, Jonathan Cox hasn't. He's had 3 podiums this season, but last time he was on the podium back in Silverstone as well, wasn't he, Jonathan Cox? He got second. But yeah, apart from that, the first 2 races he was second, wasn't he, in Australia and Bahrain. Well, I think, but now he's had 2 second places in a row as well. So can Jonathan now pick up the gauntlet and really put an assault on the championship in the second half of the season. He's had a bit of bad form, hasn't he? But can now be interesting to see what he can do with the momentum on the side. This one's definitely got momentum on the side. Coming through the final corner then, and Dan Lutonen wins the German Grand Prix. Brilliant stuff. 2 out of 2 for Lutonen here in Silverstone and Hockenheim. Absolutely immense stuff. Second position is Jonathan Cox. Great drive. I think he's my driver today. Brilliant stuff from Jonathan in second position. Fireshot is third then in the end for the Haas. So good drive from Fireshot. Granty in 4th position there. And the 5th position is Grillsy. No, Exile's in 5th position in the end. Grillsy is 6th. So Exile getting a great job for the Toro Rosso team. Exile doing a great job recently. Really has. Emerson, the championship leader, is only 7th today. The wing damage really cost him some valuable points. Farf is coming through to finish 8th then. I think Farf, commendable for Farf. It all went pear-shaped on the opening couple of laps of Farf, but he's done well. He's come through to finish 8th position then. And Sam, 2 races in a row then. He is going to pick up, this is his best result of his career, of his young career, and he's going to come through and score 2 points then for the Mercedes team. Brilliant stuff for Sam, and two points finishes in a row for the Mercedes driver. Great stuff indeed. Jonathan Cox there, straight in there. Congratulations to Dan Luton. Yeah, very good stuff indeed for Dan. 2 wins on the trot, but so Jonathan Cox should be very happy with his second position today. Renault driver then winning the race. Dan Luton then 2 wins in 3 races in ALR. And and of course then, so there he is on top of the podium, 2 wins, as I keep saying. And to be honest though, it's just this man's got a bundle of talent, hasn't he? Really, really has. This is going very interesting, isn't it? He's thrown a spanner in the works, hasn't he? The champion, and as I said, the top 4 in the championship once again, like in Silverstone, having a couple of issues today. So really, it's starting to bunch up, isn't it, behind them? So as we said, Jonathan Cox is 2 race wins now on the two podiums now in the last 2 races. So Jonathan's also going to throw his hat in going to throw himself in the conversation as well. So then that Lieutenant even gets a absolutely incredible result in terms of no penalties either. Let's quickly go through the final classification then for the German Grand Prix. Lieutenant won there from second on the grid. Great stuff. Jonathan Cox is second, very rapid towards the end there, wasn't he? Fire shot in third. Granty in 4th position. 5th position Exile, brilliant stuff. 6th position was Grillsy. Emerson 7th in the end. Farf in 8th position. Sam from 17th to 9th, brilliant. And Fisher gets 2 points today after he got a fast lap. Murphy retired. So did Nosey, Sign-Shifting, Stringy, Renzo, Nigel, Hitman and Gunnar and Laggy all retired from this race today. This has been a pretty difficult race, hasn't it, for the drivers tonight, because we've had an awful lot of issues there. As just taking a quick look, and so that has been a pretty entertaining race, hasn't it? Just taking a quick look as yep, I don't think I've got any. Oh, I've just seen Nosey's Nosey's ask for an invite. Absolutely stunning stuff. Really is. Anyway, I think that I think we might be. Let's see if we can quickly have a quick look. As you can tell, I'm always prepared as usual. To be honest, I must say, the next race we're at is, I think we're going on to Hungary next. So that is the next race of the, and that's a very technical track, isn't it? It's going to be fairly, yeah. The track in Hungary. Wow, that is a technical track. It is. They used to say it's like Monaco without the barracks. It's basically like a big old go-kart track, isn't it? Go-kart track. So it's very difficult to overtake on there. So looking forward to that. That'll be round 12 of this season. This season's going by absolutely rapid, isn't it? Of course, we've got a couple of good old tracks coming as well. Hungary, Belgium, and Italy. Really cracking stuff, then. As I think that might be the end of the broadcast for tonight, unless I've been I've been asked to invite people. Brilliant. So yeah, let's take a look. See who wants to have a chat with me then. I can't know who was on the podium. It's been a very long race, hasn't it? Especially for me. Anyway, so let's invite the podium guys in then. So as we're just waiting for the guys to come in, then I would like to know what your thoughts on. Oh, we've also got Granty just saying good game, guys. Yeah, Granty. 4th position. Yeah, I think he'd be quite satisfied with that 4th position, really, won't he? Because yeah, it could have gone slightly. It went slightly awry, didn't it, for some of the guys here tonight? Really did. Anyway, yeah, we got fire shot in the chat. Fire shot 3rd position in the end today. How are you feeling about
that?
Good. Great. So, do you want to talk us about your race and what you think, where you think it could have been improved, or are you happy, or is 3rd position just the best you could have got today?
Could have been better, but.
So what went wrong now then?
Could slow down my teammate and someone else.
Oh, Emerson was it? And do you think that your teammate should let you through?
Well, yes. I mean, I lost the position to as an XL, which wasn't necessary. Oh,
I see. Okay, do you reckon that compromised you on your sort for the first 2 positions?
No, definitely for P2, but P1 wasn't able.
Well, that's a shit. That's a real shame, no. But onwards to the next race in Hungary. What's your expectations from that next week?
Nothing.
Full of words, excellent stuff. Anyway, well, thank you for joining me tonight. Then, so next race we're going to be next Sunday is in Hungary, and we look forward to see round 12 then of this incredible race. Then, and just finishing off the comments. Then Grant is not happy, but there you go. He did salvage 4 positions tonight. Yeah, well done to Dan Luton again, who had absolutely phenomenal stuff, and well done to Fireshot as well, who I think salvaged their podiums in what was a it was a race of attrition. Anyway, we move on to Hungary next week, but from now it's goodbye. Oh wait, no, yeah, because we've got Jonathan Coxon. How rude of me, Jonathan! What a race! I would say you're in contention for driver of the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
I started in 5th place. It was I don't know how to describe that race because I wasn't expecting to be on the podium because it's not one of my favourite tracks, and I was just trying to keep out of trouble, and I did. So, great result, great podium. Congratulations to Dan Luton and Fireshot Ryan as well.
Yeah, to be honest, it was. I've got to say that you said something which was pretty key today. You stayed out of trouble because a lot of drivers didn't stay out of trouble today, and really, and so it did go a bit. It did all go down the toilet, so to speak. And in terms of going on to Hungary, then it's a bit of a go-kart track, isn't it? Really. How was your thoughts going into the Hungarian Grand Prix?
It's going to be a tricky race for myself. It's not one of my favourite tracks, but I'm looking forward to it, but it's not one of my favourite tracks, and I hope that I get a good result and keep the pressure on the guys that are challenging for the championship.
Ziv, I think it's been a fun. Yeah, it's good. To be honest, I must say that you've really started to eat into that championship lead. You've had 2 second positions now in a row. That's pretty. That's pretty good going, really. Because remember, in the start of the season, you also had 2 second positions as well. It's just been a bit of dip in form. How? So, realistically, do you think you're still within the championship hunt then?
As it stands, not at the moment, but maybe the contenders that are challenging for the championship, they might get some bad results, I might get some good results. It's up and down, so I can say that I'm just about in it.
To honestly, the front 4 have had the top 4 have had some issues over the past couple of races, so anything can happen. This has completely turned the form book on its head. Well, congrats, John. Absolutely brilliant racing today, and really kept yourself out of trouble. Now we come to Grant, who I think, on my rough calculation, which is very, very rough indeed, you're second in the championship now, Granty. But are you fairly disappointed with that result? I must admit, I did see you, and it looked like you and Jonathan come together coming in the pits, but I think it was Sam's AI in the end which caused you some issues.
Yeah, it was Sam's issue. It was nothing to do with Jonathan. Me and him was having some really good battle. I got out of DRS, and then he got back in DRS, and then I needed to go into pits that lap. And Sam's car was just completely in the way. Blue flag, didn't move out of the way. Oh, of course, AI. So, yeah, it was just in the way, and I had to change my wing in the end as well. So, but it's 4th will do for today. It was a bit unfortunate, but.
Well, judging from where Jonathan was towards the end of the race, do you think that you would have gotten a podium surely then, and possibly even challenged for the win, or do you think Dan Luton was just too quick?
I think Dan definitely did have some pace. I wasn't really too sure what tires to go on, and everyone looked like they was going on hards, and Dan was the only guy who actually went on mediums, so I think he made the right choice for that, to be honest with you. Mediums did look like he had a better start of the stint. I think he had like 5 seconds overall before he went to the pits, and I only made second really, so I think he still would have been ahead of me anyways. But for podium, it's a 50-50, mate, to be fair. It all depends on where I would have come out of the pits, but to start from 7th, so I'm back my way through.
It was a good old battling drive as well, wasn't it? So I'm not sure what happened down the hairpin on the opening lap. Did any of you guys get to witness what happened down there? Because it looked like an Alfa Romeo was out of control.
I saw it, like Grillsy, I think it was Grillsy, he did say in the chat, he just lost his braking, took out Farf, Luckily, he just missed me. So yeah, just curiously missing this breaking point.
That's a bit of a shame, but unfortunately that's motor racing and stuff like that happens. I was just like, whoa, I didn't see where that Alfa Romeo come from really, but yeah, that's motor racing unfortunately at the end of the day. And going on then to the next couple of rounds, we've got to Hungary, we've got Belgium, we've got Italy. I think you're now second in the title. Emerson's having some pretty difficult races all of a sudden. Are you thinking about sneaking yourself like back in? Well, you are back in contention now, but how are you feeling then? Surely this is yours to lose, judging on the form at the moment.
Well, well, we'll see how it goes. To be honest with you, the way the last couple of races have gone, it could be anything. Anything can happen, mate. So just take it lap by lap, I suppose.
And going to Hungary then, which is the next race. What are you feeling about that track? Both Farshot and Jonathan don't seem too confident there by the sounds of their answers. What do you like about Hungary, or not? Ain't you a fan?
Yeah, definitely pretty confident about it. There's probably one turn if you get your tyre on the curb, you just spin out, but that's just one to be careful of. But other than that, I'm pretty comfortable on that, so looking forward to it.
Excellent stuff. Thank you all for joining me in the commentary box tonight. Well, before we do, Knowlesy, you've snuck in as well. Have you got any comments on today's race? I think that you've now lost second in the championship, unfortunately. How's that going to affect your mindset going forward?
I'll go to the next race and try and win that one.
Cracking stuff. That's the way to bounce back like a champion. And in terms of Hungary, what do you? I must admit I'm quite hungry at the moment. But what do you like about that track, or what do you dislike?
I dislike all of it. So.
So the sooner we get onto Belgium, the better, eh?
I dislike that too.
Oh, so it's going to be a very difficult couple of races then. And do you think after today's result, because you're not too far away though, as I was doing the quick math. So what races are you looking forward to coming up? Can you salvage something in the second half of the season?
Oh well, I'll try to. I don't know what was going to happen, but yeah, I'll give them my best shot. Try and get some good results under the belt.
Well, as we've seen in the last 2 or 3 races, anything can happen in ALR, and I must say, it usually does, as the quote from the famous Murray Walker. Anyway, that's it from us tonight. We've had a good old natter in the commentary box about a very interesting and very high attrition rate here in Hockenheim. I'm expecting the same in Hungary as well, because the barriers are very perilously close together. But yeah, join us this time next Sunday as we now go on to Hungary, where the championship fight will continue for round 12. But from there, it's goodbye. Oops.